What up, world? Welcome to the 5's the Week podcast, episode 98. It's your boy, Philly.
Grandmaster B!
No introduction needed, it's C-Rebel.
Who are you?
My boy, Chi-Chi.
Yeah, Chi-Chi and C-Rebel in the building tonight. What up, fellas?
Last minute introduction, I'm glad you called me.
Absolutely, man.
First time being on a show with Cheech. How you doing?
All right, let's do this.
Yes. So we'll start down there and work our way back. So, Cheech, how the hell you been, man?
I've been good. Been working a lot. Just hanging out. Summer's over.
Yeah.
Football is here, though.
Sir.
That's always college and pro.
Yes, sir.
Never enough.
Mm-hmm.
Never enough for me.
Shit, I couldn't tell summer was over. 80 degrees on the 3rd and the 4th and the 5th.
Yeah.
Shit.
Now it's going to be all 50s next week.
Right.
You know, pure Michigan, baby.
It is.
That's how it goes.
4 seasons, my ass. We got 2.
Stop whining.
That's winter and cone season.
That's right. So, C-Rebel, what up, man? How you been?
I've been good, working a lot.
Who are you?
Football, doing a lot of the front office stuff, helping out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Taking a lot of my time up, but I love it. It's great, living my best life.
Oh, yeah, sure.
What do you get, like $80K per season now?
You would think, the way I work, you would think I'm at work doing everything. You know, it's real fucking annoying.
Get ready for it.
Jeez.
You knew that was coming.
Well, you should just change your name to Drop. That should just be your name, Drop.
GM drop.
Hey, I don't get a lot of those, so I'm going to take that one. Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you.
GMB, how you been?
Busy day, good. Not a bad week, but a crazy day, man. I did a lot of driving today.
Yeah.
A lot of driving. Before we started the show, I told you about the vet bill I didn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Cheech and I were talking about this. Doesn't matter. You always got to plan for double whatever they're telling you.
Sure.
Because they're always going to, it's kind of like they just do these add-on things. The ear culture that they had to do for my dogs. He's got this little, funky thing going in there. And that was like $30. I'm like, that's fine. Well, that was just for them to put a swab in. And that was another $30 to put under a microscope. And then another $100 for the medication.
Of course.
Was not part of my budget, Bryce.
The other 100 was for your ass.
I'm telling you, man.
$60 turned into what?
$240.
Your ass.
Yeah.
$240.
Easy, man. So that, that money that I kind of was putting away for the rainy day fund just went to the pooch.
Yeah.
He don't know any different, though. He fucked up my car. Got hair all over the place, man. It's just ridiculous. I walk in the door. I'm got this long face. My wife's like, what's your problem? I'm like, that $240 damn dollars. What? I'm like, yeah, don't worry. I use my own money.
You love them, man, but they're such
you
expensive
go ahead and do
pets.
the Amazons for $17. I do the $240. Everything's good, though.
They're expensive kids that die too soon.
You guys have dogs or no?
No, I don't.
No, I don't. I would love to have one, but I'm never home.
Sure.
Same thing with me. I got a wife and kids, so we're always on the move. We have no time to
Especially in that puppy phase, you got to be on top of them all the
Oh,
time.
man.
Phil, if it wasn't for COVID, honest to God, I don't know how we could have taken on a new puppy because being that, during that time, a lot of people were home. They could spend time, make sure the dog's
Oh,
probably
yeah, that's when you got that dog.
potty trained and everything like this. And, man, I'll tell you, if it wasn't for that, I would have hell on 4 paws right now, man. I'm telling you.
Believe it.
He likes discipline.
How old's the dog?
You like discipline.
Bentley is 15 months old. But dude, he's 100. He's overweight. That's another downer I got from the vet.
He's a big boy.
Today. He's a big boy. The vet comes in. Oh, he looks so cute. My, did he get big? What are you feeding this dog?
Fat bastard.
A couple of T-bones, a bag of Doritos once in a while, and she's like, "No, seriously." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Bean's dog." I said, I told her. I said, "She goes, how many cups? She goes, how many cups of food are you giving your dog a day?" And I said, "I don't know." I kind of fluffed it and said 4. She goes, "Oh, 4 is maybe a little bit too much for him. You maybe want to cut that down to 1/3, But I don't tell her how many snacks this dog eats. Dude, like when I'm sitting there eating like some chips or something like that,
The dog's eating chips.
Yeah.
just stared at me like, give him that intimidation look and everything. I'm like, all right, here's a chip. And next thing you know, the fucking bag's gone because the dog and I ate it. And it's not good to do that with your dogs, but I'm a treat nut. That's the way I kind of control my dog.
Yeah.
Come on over, get a treat.
Right.
They get all crazy. He's going to be on a diet for a while. Jenny Craig, you understand?
You understand?
Understand.
It's good in moderation. You don't want to overdo it.
You do that a little bit too well.
Yeah. Well,
Do that again. Make that dog sound again. I can't do it good enough.
Shut up.
You do that well too well. You do that way too well.
We're going to be getting a few of those tonight.
So Rebel, didn't you have a birthday recently?
I just did a couple days ago, 3 days
Happy
ago.
belated, Bob.
Yeah, happy belated.
47 young.
47, that's it, eh?
Yeah, 47.
You don't look a day over 45.
Thanks. I appreciate it. My kids think I'm dirt.
Xavier.
Yeah, we had that conversation earlier today about kids. That's a whole different
My
freaking
kid's like,
podcast.
47? That's dinosaurs.
Yeah, you're old and they make you know it.
Yeah.
You're getting older. It's like, you wouldn't understand. Fucking me, I've been around for 50 years. You mean I don't understand. What you're probably doing is a repeat of history. You know
I was
what I'm
cleaning
saying?
out my closet back there, just pulling out this sports memorabilia. My son opened up a yearbook. He's like, wow, Dad. He's like, you guys look so much older back in school. He's about to be a senior next year, so he was curious about it. He's like, why did you guys look so old? I'm like, what do you mean? They're just different times. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
like, hey, Dad, what are these panties doing in your yearbook?
I got a bag somewhere. Scratch
and sniff, if you say.
It ferments over time.
Right.
I don't mean to be mean, but
It's a
I
little
think...
crusty.
How do I say this without getting trounced on? I think there's a masculinity that's been lost in this generation, the millennial years.
Are you saying they're a little soft?
No, a lot soft.
Yeah.
A lot soft.
Kind of like you in the bedroom. Samuel.
My wife would not disagree.
Struggling.
It worked 3 times.
All
4
right.
times total, actually. But 3
So-
times my wife. That's all I needed.
We got to ask you now, Philly, because you've
Yeah.
had a pretty eventful last week.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of everything going on.
We're rocking out on a Friday night. It's all good. I'm glad you guys, rearranged your schedules for me. I was a little under the weather earlier this week. It kicked my ass, man. The other day I slept for 12 hours straight. I don't know what hit me. I test for COVID every day. It wasn't that. I don't know if it was a flu bug or just common cold, but I feel great today. Just a little, heavy in the chest, you know what I'm saying? But nothing I can't get over. It's like Jordan in the flu game. Got to rock the podcast out, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, what a comparison.
Exactly.
Yeah, is that stuff going around or something? I feel like, I was at a food show. I had to do a food show. Well, I didn't have to. I went to one. And, all these vendors are like, hey, try our new Ken's dressing or something like that. And he was hacking. He's like, yeah, this is the brand new stuff from it. I'm like,
Yeah, let me get some of that from you, because that's really what I want.
I'm like, are you crazy? Like, the guy's like, hey, it's nice to meet you. And he's like, I'm like, nah, I don't think so. That little, one of those kind of things. And I didn't even want to do that. Like, I instantly look for the hand sanitizer.
How about a nice curtsy? Curtsy would have been nice there.
Yeah. Maybe a Tebow bow or something like that. Show me something different. I don't know, man. But yeah, I think that shit's going around. And I think it has a lot to do with sinuses and things of sorts right now because of weather, like you talked about. We had summertime 2 days ago, and look at the weather for next week. We're in the 50s, man.
I know.
We're back, and it's like, that's it. The leaves are falling. The shit's starting to be real again,
It's
dog.
here, bruh.
It's crazy,
Balls
man.
deep into football season, like
That's
Chief
it.
said. So.
Yeah, but if you're a Michigander coach like I do, I love that weather. I love being out there when it's 55 degrees outside.
I love
it.
that, but
Love
like
it.
last night, coaching a game in pouring rain, it was cool, but like
We canceled practice. So.
coaching is like, it sucks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does.
Man. It
'Cause it's-
seems like it never ends. It's my God.
You're soaking wet. I mean, my whole play call sheet, I forgot to get it laminated. It was just drenched. It was just ink blotched everywhere. I'm like, damn it. So I had my plays drawn out. I like to plan out my first 3 drives. I couldn't even see it halfway through. So it was frustrating.
You got to do playbooks in Braille and learn Braille.
Speaking of playbooks, I
Figure
wanted
it
to
out.
ask you that. How do you
I didn't see
do
that
this 1
coming.
through 7, 9, 10, or you do ABC?
No, I just number them.
Yeah, that's what I do. I do numbers 1 through 10.
Yeah, it's always a challenge, but it's all good, man. It's part of it. So, GMB, you want to do the honors this week for the 5's of the week?
Yeah, let's do it.
And now, our feature presentation.
All right, so we went a little bit different with the 5's of the week. Instead of just making it one subject and kind of doing a roundtable, we decided to do a mixed bag of questions that everybody will answer. So I'll read off the questions and we'll each give our answer. Okay, does that sound about right? How we're going to do that? And we're going to start with you. And do I go last
Sure.
since I kicked it off, or
Yeah, that's fine.
Or should I start first and give the example? I don't even fucking know.
All right, go ahead.
I'm sorry. If he's going to go first, you go second.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
just, yeah,
Fair
I'll
enough.
back clean up.
Fair, there it is.
All right.
You're the cleanup
Miguel,
man.
Miguel.
Change it to Miguel.
Miguel. What about that?
He's clean up, but he's also into the sloppy seconds.
Oh, it's all good.
Take it easy.
Sloppy seconds.
Take it easy.
Sloppy seconds, slippery thirds.
All right, here we go. Okay, so here is the first question for this week's 5's of the Week. Here's the question. What's one habit you want to get rid of and one habit you want to keep?
One habit I want to get rid of. Probably pounding the putt every morning.
Why would you want to get rid of that? Fuck, I mean, nobody's going to do it better than you.
Kidding.
Kind of ruins the day.
No, he's not. He said he's kidding, but he's not kidding. That was one of them. Oh, I'm just joking. I'm really not.
You could hear crickets after that. Oh, he really went there. He really said that.
Jiggy with it, man.
Motherfuckers must not listen to the show enough.
He loves this podcast. Jiggy with it. For you guys.
So that's the habit you want to keep?
No. I got to think about that. So if you guys want to chime in, feel free.
Go ahead, Grandmaster B. You're the next one up on the list.
Well, okay, so did you fully answer the question? What's the one habit you want to keep? I don't think pound the putt is the one. Well, I mean, that's not a bad thing.
You know what? You can go either way now.
Man, I ain't judging, dog. I ain't judging.
It's necessary.
That's what I'm saying.
But his hand was a
that was
blur.
A and B.
I couldn't even see his hand, man. It was a blur.
Motherfucker out there looked like a hummingbird. That hand was going so fast. You understand?
They say it prevents prostate cancer.
I feel that, man.
Really? When I was a kid, they said it would fall off. If you keep doing that, it'll fall off.
Fuck, Chuck. You're a fucking natural born comedian.
What'd you do it on the couch when everybody was watching TV?
Well, no, when you're spending an hour and a half in the shower, parents know what you're doing.
Likes that shower, Gary. You understand?
You weren't that dirty, goddammit.
Yeah.
That boy rebels in the shower.
Water bills $500 a month.
Well, he's really into keeping himself clean these days, isn't he?
There's something about that bar. So,
Well, the habit I would like to keep, I would say, the habit I'd like to keep is probably, just checking in on my peeps, man. I like to do that time to time to check in, see how people are doing. So I think that's a good habit.
That's good.
A bad one, I think when you get in the routine of life, sometimes you do things like, I tend to get on the phone and have long conversations. I'm trying to limit that because I feel like I could be doing other productive shit, and that's why people bust my chops for texting sometimes. And I'm a terrible texter too. Like, B, you can attest to that. You'll text me something, I won't get back to the next day.
If I didn't know who you were, I thought you had a third grade education. Like, what the fuck is he? What the fuck?
I've got text
What
back
language
from
is this?
Well, I didn't mean that. I was talking about the time I get back. But
Oh, the time. I'm just joking. I'm joking about the spell check, too, man. I send shit out all the time. Like, it's not what I meant.
You wear New Balance, I wear Air Force Ones. There's going to be a difference
Listen,
there, okay?
What does that guy got on right now?
Okay, that's better.
All right, thank you very much. But I do have a couple pairs of New Balance, and I'm going to lie, and I like them. They're comfortable old dude shoes.
But the comment on his, I texted Philly on Monday and got a response back on Thursday, the following Thursday. So, yeah. So sometimes I just want to run it back. Well, I guess I'll just go fuck myself.
I'm a terrible texter. I apologize, everybody.
You're not alone. I'm an instant guy, but you know what?
Hey, I don't want to hear you talk about you're a terrible texter.
I know.
You sit up for hours at night looking at shit to send people.
You ain't
with
seen
my head on somebody's
yet,
ass.
dog. Listen, the one thing you always do is you always get back, though.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. Whether it was a week later, the ship sailed. But no, it's all good, man. It's not for everybody.
Hey,
you got a
honest.
busy life, dude.
Being honest, man. That's all.
You're being real. So you said getting back with, so your bad habit, one more time, you want to get rid of was?
Kind of wasting time on long conversations. And then the good habit is checking in on my people.
All right, good. Do we move to him, or do we just keep this rotation going here?
Yeah, just keep it going.
All right, so I use time for the habit that that's a habit that I want to get rid of because my time management, I feel I need to be better at that. It's funny you said it because I'm thinking, wow, I spent a lot of time on useless stuff. But if I change that habit and reversed it, that would be better. And the habit I want to keep is just being involved with other people's and just making sure that I'm around for those people that need me the most. I think that's a good habit to keep because I think, we talked about that. Like you checking in on people, it must be a DNA thing here.
Sure.
Because that's exactly what I had down.
Yeah, it's along the
Did you see my
same
notes?
lines.
Did you see my notes?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm actually freeballing this, just so you know.
Are you really?
I plan
Can I
on,
see?
I plan on freeballing.
You're talking about in the... Okay.
I got no notes.
He
No notes
literally
whatsoever.
isn't wearing underwear.
No.
So it's on the record the balls are showing. So yeah, I would say time is like, I'm a big waster of time, and I definitely need to get better at that. And I feel like my good thing is going back to that. Just, hey man, I even talk to you sometimes. We'll call each other, right?
Right.
And nobody calls you.
No, not at all.
And I'm like the only guy that cares.
Where's the rim shot?
Fuck.
You got
Cougine.
the
Panamanian Inspector Gadget, you heard?
You're like a poor guy on a time clock in a football game.
I am terrible.
All right, so over to you, Chaz.
I'm going to catch hell for this one. I'm going to hear a whole bunch of you don't says, and I have a bad habit, and when I get excited, I tend to ramble and go crazy.
No, stop it.
No, you don't
Stop.
All day.
Yeah, I do, and I know I ramble a lot sometimes, and I get really excited about getting my point across sometimes, and sometimes I rub people the wrong way. I don't mean to do that.
No, you don't mean to, but literally your mind gets pickleball.
Right, and it's been like that since birth. It's just the way the pickle landed in the brain.
It's all right. It's all right.
And I wish I didn't have that habit.
Yeah, sure.
It happens.
Go ahead, do another one just so you get it out of the way.
Just got to keep moving with it, Chuck. Keep going.
I know I have a tendency to have a normal hyper guy. I don't mean to be. I've got all great intentions, but
For sure.
sometimes it rubs people the wrong way. You guys love me. Some people don't like me, and it's because of that.
It is what it is.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
No, the habit I want to keep is for instance, I have a tendency when I see something needs to get done, I want to, how can I jump in and help? And I hyper aggressive on that. Like with the tire cats, for instance. You see,
Would you say you're more proactive than reactive?
I'm very proactive on anything. If I seen you said, oh man, my basement's really flooding out and I need some help with it. Only thing I'm going to focus on is how does Philly get his basement refixed up? How do we get it down?
That's a great quality.
And it's a habit
good.
I've always had to with it.
That's good.
That's nice, man.
Like that.
That's as honest as I can be. With
Rebel. Rebel without a cause, damn it.
He's a rebel without a cause, but he's a rebel
I have
with a
several
cause.
causes. Just you guys don't like any of them.
I like him. Over to Cheech, man. Let's
What's
hear
up,
what the
Cheech?
big man's got to say. Welcome back to the show, by the way.
Thanks
dude.
for having
It's so
me.
cool to have
This
you
is
back.
awesome.
Big
Listen,
follower, man.
Yes, sir.
What was I was on episode 81. This is 98.
Yes.
2 more to
think
make
that was baby.
100.
I know.
I love it.
It's still in the works.
We're getting
All
there.
right. The habit that I want to break is constantly checking my phone. I'm always doing this, doing that. Who called? Who texted? Who cares? Who cares?
I'm surprised that wasn't duplicated, actually.
But I do that so much, and it's like, bro, there's more to life than your phone.
Yeah. That's actually a really good one. Not to take any of your time.
Yeah.
Just that's part of the wasting time and having these conversations because we use these things for literally everything.
Absolutely.
That if I'm engaged in something, like whether it be work related, coaching, working on a project at the crib, I want to focus on that. Or if I'm with my son or with my family, that other shit can wait. You know what I mean? So that's part of that, though, with the phone.
Absolutely.
That's why I don't get back text messages. So just so you know.
Yeah, because he's trying to change that.
Right.
And the thing that I want to keep is I work for the post office, so I'm with people all day, seeing different people, this and that. Always saying nice things to random people. I've done that my entire life, and I want to keep it. And you'll be surprised. Just a hi or hey, how you doing today? Hey, I like that color on you.
Yeah.
It's a huge mood swing for them.
For sure.
And I dig the background music right now. That's
It's Mr. Postman by the Marvelettes.
The Marvelettes, it. But it's just like one of those things where I think
Motown, baby. Sorry.
there's so many people that
Did you
don't
smoke
really
a fucking
talk.
rock before
They
you
don't
came
really
here?
talk.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love that, man. I think Hollywood touched on that in a past episode where it's just passing that buck along, that happiness, the kindness, passing it down. I think that's dope.
It doesn't cost you nothing. As you put a smile on somebody's face, and then if you ever see them people again, they remember that. Hey, how are you? How
Yes.
you doing?
That's automatic euphoria when they see you. Hey.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I got to say this because this, what you just mentioned, spoke of, this guy knows everybody. Honest to God. There's people that I will just mention, there's a neighbor that lives around the corner from me, and I said, do you know Sam Chichi, the guy that owns the truck cap thing or whatever?
The truck cap thing or whatever?
Frank
Palazzolo.
That's the guy.
Good dude.
Good dude. And of course, he's oh man, yeah, I know him, man. It's like everybody. And
He
my
lives
brother-in-law.
on Adele, one of them streets.
That's the next block over from where I'm at. Yeah, Adele.
How are you?
But and Frank's doing a residency too. But it's crazy, like, because you have connected with people over the past how many years you've been relevant, and all the people you know, you got a lot of people. You know a lot of people. He's a made man, throwing this guy over here.
This guy over here.
You want to fuck with this guy.
About Sammy over here.
This guy's tough. I'm telling
you.
You
don't fuck with a Chi-Chi over here, right? He's one of the guys.
You worked? I didn't know you worked at the post office.
Yeah.
What?
30 years this year. 30.
I was a casual.
Really?
Yeah, I was a casual at one time.
See, Rebel, if you don't stop cutting people off, you're going to be a casualty, you understand?
Take it easy.
I was asking him the question. He knew exactly what I meant when I said I was a casual.
What office?
Royal Oak.
Royal Oak?
Yeah.
I worked there for 7 years, Royal Oak.
Yeah.
Never heard of him, never seen him.
I did the letter things in the zip codes. Yeah, you got the big box come in, you put in the zip codes, midnights.
It's never ending, isn't it?
Yeah.
Chaz was
especially during Christmas time.
He's the one that got busted for pounding his meat in the back of the mailroom. Don't you remember when that happened?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
I didn't interrupt you, but when you said that, it just you know what a casual is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so back over to you, Mr. Philly. Here's the question number 2.
All right.
You guys ready for this one? Those were good answers, guys. How did you know when you fell in love? What made her so special?
I think, the genuine kindness. If Hollywood was here, it'd be like that. Look at her eyes, man, when I was 8 inches deep. You know what I'm saying?
Tell you what, man. Was it looking at
I knew how this subject was going to go right off the bat. I knew how this subject was going to go.
Yeah, man. No, I think when like a woman just has those qualities of just that tender love and kindness, dude, that just gets me, hooks me in, man. I think that's when it takes a special woman to make a man fall in love. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. That little TLC, I need that.
Yeah. You start doing stuff that you normally don't do, and it's like, wow, man, this is...
Right, and it can be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's out of the norm.
It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, and that's kind of how you know it's clicking, and you're there. I hope that answers the question.
Absolutely. I think that's a good one. How do you know when you're in love? I think it's like, for me, it was... everything that came together made sense. How I wanted to be more with the person, opposed to just in a dating situation. Like, I got another chick I'm going to be taking out, But when it came to the point where you just wanted to see that one person, that's the only person you thought about, that's when you kind of know that...
You're saying it was more than just a push.
Oh, it's more than a push, Tom. It's a lot more than a push. It was, she listened to me, she talked to me, she gave me frickin' prosciutto,
push.
Now I get nothing. Nothing at all. I just think it was more like an emotional thing, like, because, dude, back in the day, I was a player too, just like most dudes, man. You bounced around like a pinball, and it was like cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's part of what you go through growing up in your life. But then when you get somebody... I'm trying to go back a long time on how that felt, but for me, it was like I really didn't want to be with anybody else.
Yep.
And because there was something that kept me wanting to be with that person, to me, that was me falling in love. Because if I find something I'm passionate about or something I really like, I try to get that, and that makes me happy. I'm not saying, after 30 years, it's happy all the time, because trust me, That's bullshit.
No, I dig that.
You feel that? Mm-hmm. So, for me, that's kind of when I knew it was love. And that, that's cheesy, but I guess that's my short answer.
My boy, did you find love in the club?
Well, we've all had love in the club. We was out on the floor dancing to sucker MCs. The girls were everywhere,
You guys are great impressionists. You guys really are. You guys are great impressionists.
The girls are all clean. 3 dance floors in that motherfucker.
Stripper poles.
They should put an album just impressionist. I'm telling you, it would sell.
Fucking shawarma bars.
You guys are great impressionists.
Fucking hookah pipes everywhere. You can bring your camels in. They eat for free. Oh, it's not the best. The girls are clean. They leave their kids outside.
I'm sorry.
They don't talk. They don't bother us none.
That's right.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, Chaz, what you got going on, man?
I haven't experienced this too much, other than, you know what I mean? But I guess when I realized I fell in love was when I pictured that person walking away. Like, no, wait, all right, come back.
Yeah.
And then when I kept saying...
Mention her name. Who is it?
And when I kept saying, come back here. You know what I mean? That's not very... Well, I guess I'm in love.
Were there many that walked away?
No, not really. I did a lot of the walking. You know what I mean? And then the one... I mean, like he just said, I've been married almost 20 years. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's always been great. But
sure,
when you first get with them, and after a while, when you picture that person walking away, going, no, wait, and when you start feeling like that, okay, well, I guess you're in love.
Knock on wood if you're with me.
You miss her,
right? So it evolved from there.
Chaz, what's the most romantic date you ever been on?
The most romantic date?
Yeah, give me a picture of a romantic date with Chaz.
Not really a romantic guy.
You're not one of those kind of smooth operators?
No, not really. I've never really had to be. It just kind of came natural. I just kind of...
You got a fucking 14-inch cock?
No, man.
He's like, just bend over and...
Hey, look, my tape. Probably. No, it was, to answer the question honestly, though, it's probably... Okay, my theme song is fucking Dr. Love.
When she said that she knew what a prevent defense was that it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What a prevent defense is.
No, her father had season tickets. I was in love. Let's go. That's what did it for me. He had Section 101, baby. I was like, let's get married.
She's a keeper.
No, to answer that question, the most romantic thing probably was probably our honeymoon. She didn't know that. She knew we were going for a honeymoon, but she didn't know all the things I had planned on it. And she got there, and she was pretty stoked when I had.
Give us a couple of those things that you had planned.
I'm good.
Come on, man.
I'm good.
The rebel of love.
I want to tell one thing. You take it easy, okay?
My wife watches this show. Right about now, if this is live, she'd be like, "You better shut the fuck up right now."
All right.
Say less.
Say less is best.
I've been hearing that a lot my whole life. Goes into one of my habits I'd like to break, but it is what it is. I'm rebel.
I feel you. All right, Cheech, over to you.
Well, all my actions.
All right over there?
Good.
All my actions changed. The way that you talk, the way that you treat people, I'm a little bit more on time for this, Now, granted, been married twice, divorced twice, so all this had an end date, too.
Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is, but...
An end date or an expiration date?
You find yourself choosing them over your friends, hanging out, doing other stuff that you normally don't do. You might... go to like the Renaissance Fest or something like that, and it's like, wow, wow,
fuck am I doing here?
There's nothing wrong
exactly.
with
On a Sunday in the fall, it's like
you're making exceptions for football.
It's like, no, this isn't.
Do you want to watch Dancing with the Stars?
Something's going on. Going on. But you just feel different. You like how they treat you and this and that, and next thing you know, because back in the day, I had a few ladies out there, but
how much of that dancing you used to lure the women to you, man? Because you was a big time dancer,
more than I could ever imagine.
Do you feel like dancing, like a dude that'll dance, like girls dig that? Usually, it's mostly gay guys that do that, but I know you're not gay. But I'm just saying, like, seriously.
No, it's not.
No, listen, man. I'm not saying, like, not your kind of day. He
just
did
because you
dancing.
can't dance.
I can't dance.
I disagree with that at all.
I'm the guy that's leaning up
gay
on the
dudes
wall.
can't dance, though, if you ever watch
That's what I'm saying. I've been to a couple of weddings recently, and I'm not knocking you, but those are the guys you're like, motherfucking, you dudes can move, man. You're watching them. You're like, man, I couldn't have the guts to do that. But this dude, back in the 80s and the 90s, when that dance shit was like, the chicks dig that.
That's where I feel like I got a little bit older soul, because we were just out at Total Sports last Saturday. We were out for my brother's 30th and then my buddy's 40th. I was like, you know what? I was getting a little lit. I was like, let's go out on the dance floor, man. I took like 8 people with me to start, you know what I'm saying? And then chicks were hopping on, and then everybody was out there, couples and shit. Like, it's just a good time. Yeah. And people do like that. It's
if
a
you
good
can
vibe.
dance, man, they kind of gravitate towards you. It's kind of
the song you're playing on my
shows that swagoo, brass.
You know what? The song you're playing now is where I grew up in, the era I grew up in. And I've got a twin brother. And he really was. I mean, you guys know what he's turned into, and I'm sorry he's turned into life that he's had, but he was an incredible dancer when he was like 16, 17 years old. I mean, won dance competitions, everything. And dude, girls that he had no business pulling, he'd be pulling. I was like, man.
They dig the swagger, man.
Right, he did. He did. He had the gift of gab. He still, with his 4 teeth, has the gift of gab.
Last time Chaz had him over his house, they didn't had to do bobbing for apples. They were bobbing for apple sauce breads. Take it easy. But I got to finish what I was going to say over to Cheech.
Between my teeth.
Hey, shut up! I want to tell Cheech. I meant that in a respectful way because I remember back in the days when we grew up, if there was a dude that could dance, it was a pick.
Oh, yeah.
He had anybody he wanted that was on it.
Yeah.
And so that's why I know. That's badass. Now I know you still go out there at a wedding.
Yeah, but I think early on I didn't take full advantage of that, and I
regret it now.
I wish I could turn the clock back.
You think there was some security?
I'd knock them all out.
Oh yeah, man. but could
one by one by one.
Can I ask him a question? Do you think that a little bit had to do with like back then you knew you could dance, was a little insecure about what you did? Like, what am I out here doing? And do you think? And now you think back, oh, that would have been the right thing to do. Do you think that could have had something to do with it?
Yeah, kind of.
Because back in the day, you're like, oh, should I really go out there and do that?
I felt
now
that
you're
way,
like, damn, I should have did that.
Who
I mean?
gives a shit, right?
Right? Yeah, I know
Exactly.
you think that now, but like everybody's been in a situation. You're like, I don't know if this is what I should do. Then when you think back of it a year later,
No,
it's like,
I
that's
agree.
exactly what I should have done.
So we used to have this breakdance group. We were called the Cosmic Crew, and we met the guy that ran the Foxy Frenchman, right? And he's seen us perform our little breakdance stuff, and he's like, "Hey, can I get you guys to like open up the Foxy Frenchman show as entertainment, and then they're going to come out and do their thing?" So we go there. I'm in 12th grade. We got our little bow tie stuff, you know, because we were dressed more like New Edition than like breakdancers.
New
right?
Edition.
So we're out there doing our thing.
Well,
this
the
and
kids
that.
on the block.
So then we come off the stage, and then they have like a little halftime thing. And so then the second set, the guy says, "Hey, you know, can you unbutton your shirts and just put your bow ties on your neck?" And I'm thinking,
Chippendales.
I got a history test tomorrow, so I mean, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. But so then these like all these ladies, 30, 40, 50-year-old women, you know, I'm thinking, man, this is crazy, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Nuts, but
I know
it was
what's
fun.
up, man.
It's good stuff.
Yes. Very good.
What era was that about?
I graduated in '84, so this was '83.
I was 8, so
Yeah, I'm old, man. 50, be 57 in November.
so you're a little bit before my time. But
Yes, sir.
He's the wiser one, which I have the ultimate respect for.
Wise man.
Respect your elders. Chaz.
you're talking to me?
Yeah,
Are you talking to me?
talking to me? Very good answers. Okay, so question number 3 of the 5's of the week here. Here we go, guys. You ready? What does a perfect day with family look like? Perfect day with family. What does that look like in the eyes of you?
Where are we
Phil?
starting at?
We're starting right here, Mr.
right.
Philly.
I think, you know, just with the people you love, laughing, joking, good food, you know. There could be games on, but that doesn't really matter, you know. Whatever draws you guys together, whether it's football or just getting together for a special occasion. I love it, man. I'm a big advocate of it. Any chance I get, have the family over, like to, you know, put events together. So as long as everybody's having a good time and catching up and making memories, I love that. That's something I'll do to the day I die. So that's perfect to me. All in one place, having a great time.
Yeah.
Laughing and joking.
I'm kind of in that same. I mean, I love having people around, especially people that you like and enjoy their company, and you can laugh, games, whatever. It just, I don't know. To me, a perfect day is when everybody's getting along. There's nobody, you know, that's holding a grudge, and we all could just laugh and have a good time.
No bullshit.
No bullshit, man. And, you know, we make fun of things and we laugh. To me, it's like those are the best times to be with. And you want to feel comfortable. You don't want to feel like, oh, I don't feel good. I feel comfortable being here, you know? Like, I remember, like, God rest her soul, but, like, my other grandma, like, she was very meticulous about everything in her house. So when you went over, you didn't really feel comfortable. You just felt like she's got plastic on her couch. What's that for?
You know why?
Mom, I'm sticking to this.
She
Help
was a
me up.
squirter, That's why there's plastic. She was a squirter, bro. I figured that out.
She was a what? Say that again.
Squirter.
We're talking about my grandmother here, dude, not my freaking ex-girlfriends.
Wow.
She was a squirter.
Wow.
It's officially no holds barred, boys.
Fucking El Chapo.
That's the wildest thing I've ever heard about plastic. Wow.
Never knew about that, Chuck?
No,
Oh, man.
that is a new one.
You don't watch enough RedTube.
Apparently not. if there's a RedTube channel about the squirters with plastic on the furniture, I'm gonna slide that one.
You're
over.
gonna
As far as the alone time Chaz gets, he's hitting up Pornhub and going, Granny's flipping the bean.
He is the bean flicking champion. I've heard.
The fact that they know that that's a category on Pornhub bothers me to the deepest depth of my
She just
soul.
made it up.
Yeah, I mean, but to me, go back to that. The whole plastic. Do you know people that like older people in that generation? They used to put plastic on, and I'm not just my grandmother, but I knew of other people that like
my
friends.
grandparents had the same thing.
Why?
I always thought it was like
that couch
do they
costs us
put it on
$800.
just like when all the grandkids come over because they don't want us to spill stuff and stuff like that.
But that's not comfortable. Like, you
it's
get
terrible.
that sticky, like you're peeling off of freaking, saran wrap or something.
If you could peel off it.
None of them had AC back in the day.
Oh,
maybe
no,
a
man.
fan in the window, drawing the air in.
Right.
Yeah.
Blowing warm air from one room to the other. It's like,
Remember back, my grandma used to have them double fans that they'd use the way to the window to close. That's how they held in there. Yeah. If you brushed when you were able to fell out, your ass was done.
So I'm just going to say that's not the main reason, but it just, you want to have good family people you're just comfortable around. Have fun, man, because to me that's the ultimate. It could be a ball game, it could be a picnic, it could be freaking whatever, man. Whatever you got to do. Over to you. So it's on you.
I'm kind of the same boat you guys are in. A perfect day with the family could be a lot of things. It could be up north, like I have property up north. It could be at the zoo. It could be watching the game with the family. It could be like when we go to, my son plays Little League football. You know what I mean? And there's days when we've had perfect days there.
Sure.
I didn't really grow up with a real tight family. My family was pretty broken. There's a lot of crazy shit. That was one of the things I think that really attracted me to my wife was when I met her family. You know what I mean? They were all real tight. We used to every time there was anything going on, my wife's family would always flock. It didn't matter what it was. They would flock to it. And that went away a little bit when Lou died there for a minute, but we're starting to get back to that a little bit. But I really, really liked that, and I thought that was really great. And so it really couldn't be one situation. We could be at a ball game, and it's a perfect day, man. Or we could be at the zoo sitting eating ice cream, watching the drip over the kids. It's a perfect day.
I feel that.
So it could be many different things.
Yeah, I like it.
It could be at a Lions game and him lying the guys on there while I'm trying to swipe all kinds of free swag. Perfect day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a fable. That actually happened. Watch previous casts.
All right.
I'm kind of the same thing. Just everybody getting together, having a good time. Have two kids that are through college, so sometimes we had tailgates at the college for homecoming games or this or that, or everyone's going to the beach. We're doing this, we're doing that, or just at my house around the table.
Yeah.
All my nieces and nephews, and I just kind of like sit back and like listen to them talk now because they're all in their 20s and stuff like that now. So it's interesting to hear their take on stuff, and it's like, well, okay, that's how you. All right, cool, man.
And you're thinking that's really fucking stupid, but I hear you're
good food. We always have to have good food there, and this
food.
and that, and sometimes we'll get the music on, and my daughters will sing and this and that, and my nephews and nieces and stuff.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool stuff.
Little
good memories.
family karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Remember we did that once.
Take it
remember?
easy. Family karaoke. I'm doing it.
We did it. We did that once,
I was going
remember?
to say we did it, yeah. We didn't sound good, though.
No, but we did it. I didn't say how we sound. I just said we did it once.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
So, those are good. I feel like I'm missing so much because I'm trying to do too much bullshit here. So here's question number 4. If you were to perform a duet with a famous musician or artist, who would it be and why? Famous artist, musician. Who do you want to do a duet with, Philly?
Man,
That's a tough one.
it is because there's a lot out there. Because as a former rapper, I would like to mix rock in too. But if I was to pick a hip hop artist, like It would probably be with Dr. Dre. On a Dr. Dre beat, because I kind of have the similar flow, deeper voice. That would be like, I don't know, utopia to me, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. Some of the sickest beats in the 80s and 90s you ever heard. Of the greatest things you heard.
If he could produce something, just let me spit a couple 16s and have him do the hook or something, or vice versa, man, I'd be in heaven. I don't know. That'd just be so cool.
You've never heard of Eazy-E if there wasn't Dr. Dre.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dre's the mastermind behind it all.
As far as beat goes, I agree. Best beat maker I've ever heard.
Yeah. Artist, producer, he's just one of my all-time favorites, man.
Yeah.
That sound will never die.
Pulled a man out of Detroit. Made him famous.
Yes, sir. Then M pulled 50 and it became this whole thing.
Right. So, I mean...
Yeah, so that's kind of...
That's a good one. That's a really good one. That's a really good one.
Appreciate it.
You guys probably wouldn't expect me to say this one, but my duet I would like to do one with would be William Hung.
You're not for real. Shut the fuck up.
Gangnam Style?
She bang! Oh.
This fucking guy's beautiful voice. I think I could sound better than him.
Do you remember when he got booed out of the Palace of Auburn Hills Game 2 of the New Jersey Nets Detroit Pistons game?
No.
Yeah, in the Eastern Conference Finals, he was the halftime show, and the people in the Palace of Auburn Hills literally booed him right off of the court.
Wow.
Was he like a halftime entertainment show or something like that?
Yeah. He was during halftime. He was singing, that I don't remember the name of the song. She bang, the Ricky Martin song. And the Palace of Auburn Hills, the boos. You can look it up on YouTube. The boos were so loud in the Palace, he couldn't even sing.
That's terrible.
Yeah. They booed him off of the court after the game. Oh, the Pistons kicked their ass. It was in Jersey Jets, and Jason Kidd came on, and they were talking about how he played. He was like, "Man, we played as bad as that guy sung at halftime."
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad.
Was that the J. Kidd, Kenny Martin days?
Yeah. That was when we lost to him 4 straight, and then the following year we beat them in 6 games and went and played Indiana and went to the NBA Finals.
Here's the hook.
Yeah, it was that game. I like what Stephen A. said about that. Stephen A. actually commented on that. He's like, he might be able to get away with that anywhere in the world. Don't go to the Motor City and try to do that. You're not going to get away with that in the Motor City, he said. They produce Motown, and you're going to come there and try to do some of that stuff? Get out of here.
Well, let me tell you like this, C-Rebel. I just unequivocally disagree with you right there on that point exactly. Right now, Detroit is the place to be, and if you go there, you'll get swallowed up like a grape.
Oh, I don't believe you because you use words like unequivocally. You don't even know what unequivocally means. You have a dictionary guy that tells you every word you have to say every day. You have to get unequivocally in it. I love watching him and Kevin Hart go at it. You ever watch that?
Stephen A. I used to not stand the guy, but he's very, very entertaining. I love his passion. And he actually does have a lot of valid points. So
my favorite thing to watch, go on YouTube and watch him and Kevin Hart going at it. Oh my God, it's hilarious.
Who gives a fuck?
Roasts him.
Really? They go at it?
Oh, it's so hilarious.
All right, so the true person I wanted to pick, the one and the only, it would be Frank Sinatra. I love Frank.
Yeah.
I love him from a kid. And there's nothing wrong.
That's life.
I mean, that's... How do you not like Frank?
You can't. It's impossible.
You can't.
Among the stars.
Take it easy.
Let me see what's happening now.
Just picture what it would be like to be in that
But you gotta play that
man.
slide. You gotta put on that slide.
Like to be part of that whole Rat Pack.
Oh. Yeah.
How cool. I mean, you want to talk about an elite group.
That's what I'm saying.
Hanging out in Vegas.
Yeah, it's not just with Frank, but the pack, man.
Yeah, they're drinking stuff with their pinkies hanging out.
Right.
Shit was cool.
Yeah, we may have lost like 25% of our listening audience as soon as I said Frank Sinatra after William Hung. Like, that guy's a loser. But no, Frank is the man.
Good rebound.
Is it good rebound?
Great rebound.
Because it was definitely not William Hung.
Hey, you guys are killing it.
All right. I don't think we got enough battery life, Chuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chuck, over to you. Come on, man.
All right. I'm sorry, I love Frank. That's a great pick.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Very nice.
Pick.
Thank you very much.
I like hip hop and stuff, but I grew up in a different era. My father's a lot older than a lot of them, so I grew up when he grew up in the 40s, so he was listening to a lot of different stuff. So I grew up listening to guys like Merle Haggard and George Jones, and I had no choice. That stuff was pounded into my ears going trips. But
so who do you want to do your duet with?
My duet, I couldn't decide between two because I love the way I love the way they bring their the substance of how they bring their music. Would be either Kid Rock or Hank Williams Jr. That's who I'd want to do my duets with because I know every one of their musics. I know exactly how they deliver it. I could do it right with them, and it would be very entertaining, and I would have a ball doing it. So
Rebel Without a Cause.
I couldn't pick between the two of them.
What song would you sing with Kid Rock if you had to do a duet? And you're like,
if I had to do a song with Kid Rock, no, I wouldn't do Pitcher. Yeah.
Ball with the Ball?
No, it would be
Cowboy.
No. Don't stop saying this fucking songs.
Only God knows why.
No.
Also
Flying High. He did a song with him and Zach Brown. Then him and they did together.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
I've heard that one.
Yeah.
It's
a great song. And Hank Williams Jr. There's so many. I mean, I'm such a Hank Williams Jr. fan. Probably Dinosaur.
If I had to pick a Kid Rock song for you to sing, it would be like, "There's never been a motherfucker quite like me."
I've been on the cover of the Rolling Stones. I met the president, and I was half stoned.
Sing it.
I've been so high, I've gotten confused. I've been broke down, beaten, views.
Well, now, I would say...
No, motherfucker was coming after that. They don't know like I do, but yeah.
I thought maybe the song Cocky would fit him better. Jazz!
I've never heard this song before.
You never heard the song Cocky?
Let this play. I've never heard this before.
Yeah, we got time for that.
We got copyright infringements here too,
It's the
buddy.
name of one of his albums.
I used to be broke.
Confused, still a joke. No, never heard it before.
All right. So you're going to do... So you picked Merle Haggard? Kid Rock.
Where the fuck have you been?
Well, you said Kid Rock, but then
I said the hair I grew up
you
with.
took me down your rabbit hole, man.
Hank Williams.
It's
Hank Williams Jr.
Oh,
and
okay.
Kid Rock is what I said. I couldn't pick.
Pick the Buffalo Bills.
for some football?
All right, there, Hank Williams. All right, Hank Williams. Cheech, you're up, man.
Well, as much as I love the rap and stuff like that, mine would be Morris Day. Morris Day and the Time. And actually, just saw him 2 or 3 weekends ago at the Soundboard.
Yeah, how were they, man?
They were good. They're really good. It's only him and Jelly Bean.
I was
the
going to
drummer.
say.
The rest of the guys are gone. Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, they're out. The little white dudes
Jimmy
that play
Jam died,
keyboard.
didn't he?
I don't know.
I thought Jimmy Jam died.
Maybe.
I could be wrong, but I thought he died.
So the guys that I went with, they used to dance on the scene, right? So as we're walking in, my buddy Keith goes, hey, this bar right here, this is where they hang out after the show. After the show, we go get something to eat, this and that. Went in there, Morris Day sitting there, and my one buddy kind of knows him. Went in there, man, bumped fists with him, coolest cat ever. He stands up. Dude's like 5'7".
Get out. He's a short guy.
He looks so tall because he was always with Prince, who's like, what?
5'7" is short.
5'2".
I'd love to be 5'7", goddammit.
5'2" without the... This guy would love to be 5'7". Yeah, it was good. It was a good show, and I've always liked him. He was just that cool dude. He started off. He was the drummer.
He was
in the band. And
that's how he wrote the music.
Prince said, we need somebody that's got swag, that's cool, this and that. He says, you be the front man. He goes, I'm a drummer. He goes, man, get up there. And he said it was over. Because he really can't sing that good. If you ever listen to him.
Yeah, he depends on the band. He must have had a pretty decent-sized band there because he always had great musicians backing his music.
Yeah. It was good, man. He was really good.
Yeah, that was at the Soundboard. That's at Motor City? Motor City, yeah.
Good place to see a concert.
Is it? I heard that those venues...
Small venue. It's maybe 2,500 people there, maybe.
Right. Another place, you ever been to Soaring Eagle? And theirs is pretty nice, too.
Yeah.
I seen Kenny Rogers there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I've been meaning to check out the Soundboard. I gotta check it out.
Huh?
The pitcher, Kenny Rogers, the lefty?
Wow. Yeah. He was showing us how to put pine tar in his hand.
Pine tar.
I knew that was coming. I so knew that was coming.
You can tell Cheech listens to the show.
I met Morris Day at the bar.
This is awesome, man.
Bar.
All right, so the final and last question
the gambler to answer your question
is, here we go, guys. Good answers, by the way. Hank Williams, right, Chaz? That's what you said, not Merle.
I said Hank Williams and Kid Rock. I couldn't choose between the two. For the
that's right. I got pickled. Rub my pickle. I got pickled. All right, so last question in the 5's for this week is, what do you wish people better understood about you. Maybe people that just don't get you, but you're like, they really don't know me. But if they would, I wish people would get to know this side. What is the you wish people get better understood about you, Philly?
I think people that I want to know can know my past and why I am the way I am. But not everybody deserves that. And that's not mean to be egotistical or an asshole, but like I don't have to explain myself to everybody. But people I allow in, you will know that, and this is why I am the way I am, and why I'm structured, what my motivations, my passions are, things like that. So it's kind of like you let it out a little bit at a time, Yeah. So it's kind of a deeper take on it, but
not really. I think it's a great take, man, because you're not letting people always in, but you got to know the reason I'm not maybe going all in on everything, everybody. Yeah, because you want to I want to make sure we're going to be all right.
Or why I might be reserved in this section of my life, or why I'm, kind of touchy-feely over here. You know what I'm saying?
If somebody first meets you, they would think you're a sheltered guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even when I first met you, I could see you were a sheltered guy. I mean, I've known you for years now, but
this has been great for me personally because I can talk openly and freely, and people get a chance to know me better,
right?
All those type of things, and we've talked about anything from we cried at this table to admitting to eating ass. Everything's on the table, bro. That's how it is, and that's the great thing about it.
He's great.
Sometimes if you do that right, that'll make you cry too.
It's almost
one more time.
It's almost like biting into an onion, Braz. You know what I mean? But no,
who wants a stick of gum? Right here, dude. Right
here. Tic Tac will do it right about now. Give me a Tic Tac.
It's so funny because I couldn't imagine myself putting myself out there like that, or even crying on a camera, or even on audio, right? But as you get comfortable with people and just yourself in general, you can open up and tell the story, man. So
tell us about the time you were at that one store and it's like, hey, aren't you Philly from them 5's a Week podcast? Are you the guy that eats ass? I feel good, man. People remember me for everything.
I actually have a T-shirt that says "I eat ass."
We got to get reproductions of that. So you're saying you reserve because you don't want people.
Look at C Rebel. He's puckering up right now.
I'm imagining you wearing an "I eat ass" T-shirt, walking through Kroger. I'm just imagining what that would be like.
Next to the kid where I fuck on the first date shirt.
No, I don't have that shirt. But
sex trainer for sessions free.
You ever see those commercials where they lock eyes for the first time? They lock on their T-shirts.
Never seen it.
Apparently not. I heard crickets on that one.
All right. For me, it's going to be, I think I could be very kind in a lot of ways. I kind of seem like I do. I mean, when you take my kindness too far and then you expect it more and more and I get nothing in return, because isn't that a kind of a double-sided
two-way
street, right? So I just feel like I've had some people in my life that I feel like I've put in a lot more effort than they did, and it's don't think that if you don't, I'm not expecting people to change who they are, but I'm also expecting that after a while, if someone just feels like you're their bell cow and that's all you are to them, sure. It could be a boss, it could be a relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be coworker. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It just sometimes at a certain point you just got to kind of dip out.
Yeah.
And I don't think
throw me a bone already,
right?
Bro.
And then you poof disappear.
Acknowledge me,
Kazoo from the Flintstones. Remember Kazoo? And all of a sudden he just pops up on your shows. Hey, dude, I haven't heard from you in forever, man.
Because it's not like you do stuff expecting the same in return, right? But it's if it goes and goes and goes and you get nothing in return, no acknowledgement, that's frustrating.
I mean, I'll give you an example.
Well, we were just talking about this. Not to
Can I finish? God damn it, let me finish. Please.
That is.
I'm going to smack you once.
All right, that'd be the last day of your life.
All right, so, really tough guy. I mean, no more you walking over with you limping back, Cletus.
I am not.
Let me just say
I'm
this.
not afraid.
So there's bosses I've had, right? And you busted your ass. And it's not because you're trying to impress the person. It's your natural grit, man. The hat says it all. And you want to do everything because you're prideful of what you want and what you want to accomplish. But, man, once in a while, just acknowledge me, man.
Yeah.
Come on, just even one of these, man. Nice job. I appreciate your efforts. And that's all it would take for me to keep going further.
It's such a small gesture.
That's it, right
that
there,
would go
Cheech.
miles for you.
For it just means so much, and that's kind of more in the direction I'm saying, like, because I feel like even employers is a perfect example. They can just hammer their people, work you like you're like a robot, and like, man, once in a while, dude. I mean, it ain't always about money. It's not because you got the bonus or you got a little bit of a pay increase for the cost of living. No, man, it just, appreciate what I'm doing once in a while, man. I need to know that. I need a little reassurance once in a while. You dig?
I feel it.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Well, can I add to that without
it is now officially your
harm?
turn. So
we were just talking about that earlier.
We
were just talking about that earlier. We're on the phone. We were talking about that earlier on the phone. Grandmaster Villa told me that he's a Lion season ticket holder, and he's like, "There's guys that I haven't talked to in 10 years. All of a sudden, calling me, hey man, you got Lions tickets?"
Yep.
And we were talking about that earlier.
We were talking about that's true, though.
Yeah. That's why I was trying to put it in there before you. Threatening,
don't be so sensitive. Keep talking over it.
I'm not unsensitive. You were threatening unattainable
You're the one that wanted to kick my ass.
Take it easy. Well, yeah.
I thought that was a valid point because we were talking about that earlier. Where I can talk to a guy in 10 years all of a sudden because the Lions doing good. They know I got season tickets. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Right. Yeah. That's true. Then people come out. So you're using that one?
That's only because it was relevant to what.
Come on, man. You can't think of anything yourself.
No. I got my own. I would just.
Okay, that's good.
It's piggybacking off.
We got to keep moving. Answer the question now.
Okay. Well, can I finish what I was saying before you fucking try to get me go on there?
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ!
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Fucking, I'm going to put Rodney on my forehead every time I come here. No respect.
I get no respect at all. I looked at my family tree and 2 dogs were using it,
I guess that topic's over with now. Then,
it was so hard when I was a kid. My mother breastfed me through a straw.
No, go ahead, C-Rebel. You got to answer.
It just happened. We were talking about that earlier, and it was a good point what you said about, throw me something. You know what I mean? Like when you were talking about the Lion season.
Oh, so you guys have the same, is what you're saying?
No, I have something different, but I related to what he was saying.
I told him to move on to his subject.
Okay.
What I was saying, this is going to go hand in hand with what just happened.
Okay.
He's eating up the clock.
I'm really misunderstood because sometimes I've had a tendency to be
I'd like to eat ass.
Go ahead, put your ass joke first.
I didn't say nothing.
I was just looking away from him.
Do you have any A1 sauce?
All right, my eardrums are bleeding. Go ahead.
No. I want you to get it all out.
I got to go to the vet and get a $250 bill
for a swab.
All right, go on. What is your answer, Chuck?
I think what people misunderstood about me is because I'm.
We know you're 5'2", okay? We already get it. We're not going to tell you you're 5'1" anymore.
I'm fucking 5'3", goddammit. Don't take that fucking inch away from me. I need every one of them motherfuckers.
Chuck's so short, you can see his feet in his driver's license picture.
Wow. Let me tell you something. There's not a short joke.
Let me tell you something.
that I haven't heard already.
Struggling.
All right, keep going.
Oh, my goodness.
No, you're on a roll.
I'm done.
No, you're not, you fucking liar.
Right, go ahead. I can't wait to listen to this shit and go, what the fuck?
Until I start talking, and then you go,
All right, go ahead. I'm not saying a word.
Floor is yours, my man.
I think I'm a little misunderstood because I'm a naturally hyper guy, and people sometimes find that overbearing and don't like to deal with me sometimes. All my attentions are always great. I always have the best attentions. That's why I think I overreact a little bit when somebody disrespects me, because I treat everybody I can with the utmost respect, and I have a tendency to fly off the handle when I feel like I'm unnecessarily disrespected. You know what I mean? So that's a big misunderstanding for me, because I know I never put disrespect in the world. I do not like getting it.
Sure. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
I get it.
And being my upbringing and everything, and the way I upbringing, I guess I'm a little bit more sensitive to it than others.
So how in the world do you deal with us?
Right.
Well, you guys are family. I got no choice but to deal with you guys, and you guys are
for 20 years he's dealt with my shit, so it's
right.
You guys are related?
Yeah.
Wow.
So your wife would be...
It explains a lot, don't it, Cheech?
Yeah. I mean, we are from Alabama. I don't know if he is my blood brother per se.
I'm married to his wife.
So who's the tallest?
Fucking
Philly?
There's a whole bunch of us that you can't tell.
wrestling competition, man.
I win at 5'9" on a good day.
No, my wife's taller than you are.
Yeah.
Is she taller than 5'9"?
Yeah, she's 5'10".
Well,
Good for her.
Yeah.
All right, so how are we related?
Perfect height to eat ass.
I don't even have to stand on my toes. They do this every time I'm on the show. They go through about a minute. If you add the uncontrollable laugh.
Like to eat ass.
Now,
No ladder needed.
Mic drop. Boom.
Okay.
Anyway, to answer your question, I'm married to your
What
wife's
is the question?
niece.
You asked how I'm related to him, so he's okay. So
Yes.
it would be my niece's. He's married to my wife's niece,
Right. To your niece, too, because she's your niece by marriage.
right? But the first time I met
so
this
you're
guy,
on the
I'm
Miller
like,
side then.
motherfucker on a short bus. What's
You know,
up?
I went to high school with his wife and Steve Miller.
Well,
I graduated with Steve
I'm
Miller.
actually Gibbons. I married a Miller.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I graduated with Steve Miller.
Dang, what's his
Steve,
name?
big listener of the show.
Yeah,
Big
that's-
Steve.
What up?
At this
My guy.
point, yeah, he goes by Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
his older brother Mike.
Yes.
Daughter is who I married.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
So small world as it is. And now, Cheech, it's over to you.
Yes.
Rounding it
That
out.
took entirely longer than it should have to get to you.
Half hour later.
1 hour later.
SpongeBob, 1 hour later.
Mine would be people need to understand how passionate I am about the people that I grew up with. Whenever there's something going on and I might have plans, but I get calls from these 10 guys or whatever, I drop everything and I'm with them because they know it all. And we always have a great time, and it's never a dull moment. And we go over old times.
That's
and this
awesome,
and that,
though.
man. It puts you in a spot where you just, everybody was younger. We're doing this because we had this golf outing for Clintondale High School. So much fun. Actually, this past year, we had 3 Lions.
3.
3.
Notice how he did that, though?
3
He
Lions.
went 3. Watch the
had-
tape. He went 3.
George Jameson. We had another guy, Luther Blue. He didn't play long, maybe 2 years.
I remember Luther Blue.
And
Sounds familiar.
Eddie Murray.
Oh, wow.
Eddie
So
Murray.
they played behind us. So like as we're waiting for the next tee box, they were coming up. Cool dudes, man. Eddie Murray pulled out his. He had his Super Bowl ring from the Cowboys.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
it was in his golf bag.
Of course he carried it.
Of course it was.
20 seasons that man played in the NFL.
Yeah. Gosh, man.
Hey, you know what? If I won a Super Bowl ring, I'd wear that motherfucker
Oh, yeah.
everywhere I could.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now George Jameson, he played with Spielman.
Yeah, Jameson's a good ball player.
Yeah, he was, and then he told me he finished his career with Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I remember when he went to Kansas
Do
City.
they still look like they're football players?
George James, he's all busted up, man.
He's
he
still-
could
still got the
he
muscle.
could swing a club, but I mean he was smaller dude,
So, yeah, because all
but
that.
his arms were like he was just like
Well, he had a lot of injuries in his career, too.
did.
He
Yeah.
broke his clavicle. He had,
Yeah.
5 or 6 shoulder injuries.
but like every time like that we have some type of thing like our one buddy plays in a band. His name's Chuck Hart, and we go
Never
watch.
heard of him.
We'll go watch Chuck's band, and the whole crew gets there, and it's just
It
fun,
is
man.
cool.
It takes you back to
Yeah.
that spot, and it's just.
It's like a reset.
I
point. Sometimes you need it.
I never miss an event.
You know Chuck Hart?
That's dope.
Yeah,
How do you know Chuck Hart?
went to high school with them. I just gave you the answer.
He plays lead guitar?
Plays lead guitar for OCD.
Yeah, tell him, hey,
Who are you?
what up, man? I know Mike Hart.
C Rebel.
Chuck Hart.
Chuck Hart, yeah, I know
Chuck.
Mike, and he's got a cousin named Chuck, right?
He's Chuck.
Yeah, but he's got a cousin named Mike. Excuse me, sorry.
Yes, he
Pickle.
does.
He's got a cousin named Mike. Yeah,
Good boy,
he
bye,
absolutely
little
knew who
pickle
I
down.
was.
Yeah.
What up, Mike?
What's up,
Chuck?
big pickle down now? That boy pickle down now.
Yeah, I know those guys actually.
Yeah.
That's why you must
Fun
be
band.
Yeah.
You miss the taste of a woman, don't you?
I played in a couple of bands when I was younger.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What'd you play?
I was lead vocals.
The skin flute.
Yeah.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
I believe it or not, I really was for quite a long time.
Thank you for that.
He's a certified hog smoker.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown.
Like a fucking clown. That's why they bring me here. That's exactly why they bring me here.
Chuck was the only student in band playing skin flute where the instructor went, now that's
Grip.
Wow. Like I said, I'm gonna buy the fucking Rodney flag. I'm fucking telling you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, reporting live, Rumple Brownskins on the 5's of the week. Here we got special guests in the building. We're going to start with Sam Chin Chin. Go ahead, kick it off, mate.
Okay. This is the news, bros.
yeah.
So Joe Henney of Philadelphia was going to a Phillies game last week at, I believe it's Citizens Field. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to bring his emotional support alligator into the game.
I heard about this.
Come on.
A gator?
The dude had the alligator on a leash as he's walking up to the stadium.
For Christ's sake, Brash.
They stop him. He says, no. The alligator's real cool. He's chill. He doesn't bite, this and that. Obviously, they denied him entry to the game, but this guy, he was protesting. He was so adamant about bringing this alligator to the game. It's like...
But why? I mean,
it's a support animal.
Did you really think that he would go to and do that? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me.
It makes zero sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Wow.
I mean, it'd be like, that'd be similar to Dan Campbell.
You got a
bringing a
bird
lion in the sidelines.
You got a bird on your shoulder, a cat, something like that, a dog. Yeah. Guy walks up with a gator.
Fucking gator.
People are
And
freaking cuckoo, man.
Five
He's a
foot
support
gator.
animal.
5 foot gator.
That's
nuts.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, you ever see those videos of guys that, like, they go out in the wild with lions and shit, and they remember them.
Right.
And they're fine.
Yeah. Christian the lion.
Yeah, it's
Christian the lion.
crazy.
Yeah, like they either like raised them as like when they were little cubs or whatever,
Yeah.
but then like they see them, and
There was, like,
they're loving on them.
Right. There's a girl on the news. She didn't know. She thought it was a kitten. It happened to be an actual panther, a black panther.
I saw that.
Yeah. So, stranger things have happened, man. It's wild stories out
She
there.
took it in and she raised this thing, and it's a black panther.
She didn't know until I heard about. She didn't know until a couple
growing.
years later, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's huge.
Gator, though.
Yeah,
That's wild,
That
dude.
is.
I did hear about that though.
yeah.
What else you got? Cheech for some news.
What else I got for some news? Stephanie Motto of 90 Day Fiancé started selling her farts that she would keep in a
Get the
jar.
fuck out of here! Are you kidding
That she
me?
would keep in a jar. It's a thing.
This is like must be an epidemic or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
An epidemic of gas, huh?
So she gets $1,000 per jar for her
Jars.
for her jarred farts.
It just tells you our generation isn't fucked. Our new generation,
See, Rebel, do farts turn you on, Brad?
not even the fact that he just tells me everything I need to know about our new society.
In the first
I know.
9 months, she made $200,000.
Does it smell good enough for you in there?
You know what that tells me? There's a lot of fucking retards in this planet.
They're losers.
But she had to
Excuse me
stop
for the word.
because she thought she was having a heart attack and panic attacks because of all the gas. She was eating foods that would make her gassy, and it was too much for her system because she never normally eats stuff like that.
Oh, that PI change was getting to her.
$200K in 9 months selling farts.
Wow.
In the words of Arnold, what the fuck is going on here?
What the fuck is going on here?
What the fuck is going on here?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Unbelievable. Get in the chopper now.
Get in the chopper.
I got one more. If you
Do it,
want.
man.
Yes, sir.
So in In New York City, actually in Glen Falls, New York, not New York City, there was a fire truck called to a home on this, I don't know the name of the street, but the neighbors thought the house was on fire. Just Halloween decorations. Ooh. It looked like this house was burning.
Hologram? It was like a hologram?
Yeah. In the windows, it looked like it was catching on to other parts of it. I mean, that's how good the decorations were. So fire truck shows up, this and that, and the people come running out. No, we're good. And they're like,
it must look pretty realistic if that's the case.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
It was pretty crazy.
I got a Halloween news bit for you in a little bit. We'll come back to that, though.
That's a good one. I
that
like
is
that.
Good.
Funny.
That's good stuff.
You win the neighborhood block party Halloween decoration.
Yeah.
You win.
Without a doubt.
Shadow of a doubt. Over to you, C Rebel.
All right. As you guys all know, probably, you guys heard of the death of Dick Butkus?
Yes.
Got in the Bears.
Yes,
Great.
rest in peace.
Yeah, great guy. I was looking up some of the records he had. He had a hell of a career, really. He really, really did. And, died at 80 years old in his home.
Wow. That's legend, man.
I was also watching, this is 2023, I seen the 30-year reunion of the cast of Bronx Tale. And they had Robert De Niro and Chaz Palminteri on there. And Robert De Niro said, I made a story about my father's life. And Terrell Hicks and Lalo Mercado, the two stars that played C and Jane, stole the movie. He's like, they were not supposed to have the biggest roles they had in that movie, and their acting stole the movie. He said.
Wow. And
I'd agree with them. That was really a compelling act in it.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, it was. It's 1993 it was released, so this is the 30-year reunion.
Yes,
and they had everybody together, and everybody's still alive. The only person is not alive. His name was Gus, and I couldn't even try to pronounce the last name. They called him Mush in the movie, right?
Mush.
Everything he touched turned to mush. Remember?
Mush.
Yeah. He's the only one that has passed away since in the movie. Wow. But, that was pretty cool. And I want to talk about the strike that's going on. It seems like GM and the UAW has had quite a breakthrough. It means I guess Ford and Stellantis still miles and miles apart.
Now, can one of them settle before the others? Like,
yeah.
If GM were to come to...
Yeah, because they're all separate entities. Okay. I work in the auto industry, and see, I love this because everything they're going to do, I can ask for my contract later on. You know what I mean? Because they got for a supplier.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess GM liked a lot of what they meant for. But I guess Stellantis and Ford are really asking for a lot of things. I don't think it's crazy, but they're not willing.
It was a what? 40% increase that they...
Yep, they wanted a 40% increase and cost of living wage, plus they wanted a cost of living bonus, I think it was, every 5 years to compensate on top of it. And they're like, no way. And Stellantis said that the UAW said, that the offer that Stellantis offered was an absolute joke. Like it was a big fuck you. That's what they said. The offer they countered with.
Yeah,
and it was really, really bad. But it's not going to get anywhere because, like I said, as an auto industry, until they start shutting down the truck plants and stuff like that, they haven't gotten that yet. They're not going to budge. When it starts getting that high, then they're going to have no choice to do it because that's their bread and butter. Ford, especially Ford and Stellantis.
Now, have you guys seen local businesses affected by some of this stuff yet?
I'm affected by it.
No, not yet. But I heard something interesting in regards to 6% of Michigan, the whole state, is automotive jobs, and it's only 6%. I thought that was a very low number, but
that does sound low.
That I don't know if that was just auto workers in per se in the big three, but I'm sure there's a bigger number when you talk about facilities that are making parts for these guys, because I think that's your ultimate, trickle down.
Right.
When these places start shutting down, when you need to get parts, guess what? So I wish all those guys well. I mean, I don't know if anybody's going to get a 40% raise. I think that won't even happen. I think
shit, if you can get it, more power to you. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I think they were just shooting high. Yeah. So then, if they come back at like 25,
that's not what I'm hearing. Being honest, when I'm hearing Stellantis and the UAW saying with Stellantis and Ford, the profit they're showing, we are not 39.5% will say no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
But 40% plus inflation increase plus I get the every 5 years thing because things are going to constantly keep going up and up.
But even if they gave us everything we're asking for, that doesn't equal even 8% of their total income or profit revenue.
Yeah. I have a buddy, he sells cars at Moran Chevrolet. So my daughter, I was leasing a GMC Terrain, and she wanted to buy it because the lease was up and this and that. But you can't even go in there and bargain. Here's the price. You can't say, well,
right now, absolutely.
I mean, nothing. They said everything sells at list price, and he goes, everything that comes in, it's already sold. It's just insane.
You can't go buy a used vehicle right now. A 7-year-old vehicle is going to cost you $41,000 right now.
Yeah.
It's
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah.
But the good thing about that's all going to tumble on itself, and the car prices are going to plummet. It was everyone else.
If you can hold on until it crashes, that's probably the best bet right now.
That's what's good about what my company's going on right now. It looks like they're trying to double up and try to load up. So they're just piling on us.
So I had a buddy go in for a truck, 2023 Ram, good credit, about $1,500 down. He's like, dude, I can't get you lower than 7 something.
Oof.
He's like, I'm out of here, man.
Wow.
Isn't Jeff trying to get
That's his payment per month.
Oh, that's a payment.
$700
Yeah,
that sucks.
To lease a new truck. That's crazy.
I heard that the average car payment is $650 to $750.
You guys are doing it wrong.
You
guys are doing it wrong. I got a brand new 2023, and I'm paying $341 a month.
You motherfucker.
Hey, Cheech, we might have to shake him down. See what he knows.
Yeah.
Philly got mad at me because I got a better deal on my...
I know, we talked about that. Yeah.
And he's got a little 6er, and I got a big Hemi, and I still got a better deal.
He said a little 6er.
A little 6er. I had a 6er, and I don't like him.
You got a 5er in them pants.
You know what I like? You know what I like about the 6er?
Maybe a 4.5.
Is it the same weight vehicle? And they put a little tiny motor trying to make it pull around the same thing a Hemi's pulling around, and I hated it.
See, I don't need. I had the Hemi, I loved it, and I don't need to pull shit like that. I love the 6.
That's because our lifestyles are different. I was pulling 4-wheelers.
I know you're the elite, man. I'm sorry. I can't compete, bro.
I'm not saying to compete. I'm just saying I was doing a lot of things with my truck that is 6-cylinder.
Well, yeah, you got your toys and stuff that you take up north
That's all
and
I was
shit.
saying
I
about
get
it.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
But even that, I mean, I thought I got a good deal. I'm paying for my wife's truck. I call it her truck because I just use it when I need it. It was $350, $320.
I mean, it's hard enough carrying these nuts around, though, man. You know what I'm saying, man?
These nuts.
Like I'm saying, man.
Anyway, that's my brain news things.
All right, GMB, over to you.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
All right, so here's my little bit of news here.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
This is right from USA Today. United Airlines said it estimates drugs like Ozempic could save the airline at least $80 million a year. The new focus... did I just hear what I just heard, Chaz? Can you give me that Darth Vader? There it is. Anyways, these medications that are helping people lose weight, it's going to save airlines $80 million because as airlines are trying to find ways to reduce the amount of jet fuel they consume, at least one airline believes it could save that $80 million a year if passengers lost at least 10-pound average. So, Cheech, you're way ahead of the game right now at 40 plus.
Yeah. I'm doing my part.
You're fucking flying high with kings and queens.
Kings and queens, you understand?
With them kings and queens.
What I'm saying,
I need an aisle seat, though. I love
You got to stretch it out a little bit. I love it. I don't want to be sitting. Have you ever been on a plane with anybody 3 times bigger than you and you're wedged between them?
It's been a little uncomfortable.
Like a sandwich?
Yeah, sandwich.
Like, my goodness, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So they're trying to save money. The other thing...
eating that ass.
So Michigan Supreme Court refuses to hear the case of James and Jennifer Crumley, this kid that shot up that school back in 2021 at Oxford High School. So they're going to charge them just as guilty as their son.
Yeah.
Involuntary manslaughter is what they're
I mean,
after.
They knew everything, and I figured that was going to be the outcome, because how can you let somebody off the hook under those circumstances, understanding that they knew their son had issues, went out and bought a gun, and really weren't being accountable as parents for his, wellness, because there's clues of people telling those counselors at the high school saying, hey, you may want to get your son some help. We feel he needs this. all ignored. And unfortunately, this is the circumstances. So I agree with that. There's an accountability right there. So
is it just me, or does the kid seem like he has zero remorse?
Zero. I mean,
zero remorse.
I get that too.
Right, but involuntary manslaughter, I mean, parent neglect I could see, but I mean, they're just trying to pile on top for show here. That's what I don't like about what's going on here. I get it. What he did was absolutely terrible. I'm not condoning what he did at all. But if this is another case of him doing something else, it would have just been child neglect, if anything at all.
Yeah.
So right now they're just trying to do something for the media. They're being media charged. That's what I don't like. Because that's not justice in our system the way we act like it.
Yeah.
But the sad thing is what happened.
Oh yeah,
Let's make that the priority here. But another sad thing is we're talking about a young kid, wasn't mentally fully developed, and could there have been help for that individual? And that's the thing you're always going to think about. Like, we mentioned white boy Rick. Okay, he got caught up in drug trafficking and all this other crazy shit, but that wasn't killing somebody.
But you see how hard that line is to draw, because in today's society, like you're saying, it's a social media driven society, but there's also that, okay, if I reach out, is that person or the parents going to take offense to what I'm doing here, trying to be proactive? Oh, why would you single me out? You know what I'm saying? So there's that aspect of it too.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just where we're at. So it's like you either got to take one side or the other and just go with it.
Which is why I
tough.
think this is out of control. I mean, it's overkill with it. Okay, yeah, what he did was parent, but now, so you're going to charge the parents? A kid goes out and robs a liquor store and you're going to go charge the parents because they didn't lock him in the house? That's kind of the same situation we're in here. Yes, they bought him a gun, but they legally bought it. It's not like they illegally bought a weapon for him. They went through the proper channels and bought it legally for him. He chose to go out and do illegal things for it. I understand they thought he was mentally not all there and everything, but they didn't pull the trigger, and I do believe they should help be accountable, not for involuntary manslaughter. I believe that's a media charge. I do believe that.
I understand that point.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that case, but it's all bad. But so that's what the courts decided. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was all of a sudden we are back into building a wall. A wall.
Yeah, I saw that.
Have you guys heard about this now? We've had, over the course of 1 year, 3 million immigrants that have came into the United States.
Yeah.
From Venezuela, from all over the world, but because of a lot
mostly
of this,
Venezuela,
mostly Venezuela, and these immigrants are coming in, and they can't stop them. You think about that number, 3 million. Where are these people going to go? What are they going to do once they made it in? Or they're going to try to deport them. And I seen some news footage the other day where there's people like literally on top of trains. These trains are like doing, a fast what a train would do. And there's people holding on to the top of this train, taking the ride to wherever they're going to go because they made it across the border. And where are they going to end up? They're going to end up on the streets. You're going to have, it's not saying, it's just not right. We have allowed this. All of a sudden, the president's decided, well, we got to start doing the rest of this 26-mile piece of the wall. Well, we heard about this wall, when Trump was talking about it, and it was a joke. It was like, oh, this guy's fucking crazy. But he did call that shot.
Yeah.
He said, if we don't do this in the next couple of years, it's only going to get worse, and it just validates another situation that has come to fruition. It's made sense now, right?
Sure.
And now we're looking at this as a problem.
And they've changed like 26 laws in order to build this wall now. Like they had to go in and to change the writing on this and that. And it's like,
and what their spin is on this, Cheech, is they're saying that there was funding that had to be used within a certain amount of time because when a former president puts it in place, they had a timeline. So I'm assuming that Trump thought he was still going to be president, so he gave himself that extended time. We're coming up on an election year next year. So the timing is what they're using as the loophole to say, well, no, we're not doing what, the old president said we should do. We're just doing it because we have to use this money. I think it's another smoke screen. The reality is you got all these people coming into your country and they're on the streets. Crime's going to go up if they're desperate to get food for these kids or people that don't want to accept it or they don't have places to go get jobs. It's going to get probably worse, and Chaos and I were talking about this on the phone earlier today, and we were just like, we were both driving and we had long drives. We were on this whole topic for maybe about 40 minutes talking about the car industry. And I know that this is a tough time for these guys and I really want to see them get the best contract. But the reality is a lot of these jobs can be replaced overnight with a robot. They don't need you to paint the car no more. We got a robot. We don't need you to press a button. We got a robot. We need you to put screws in or bring the... And they can replace... And I think Hollywood even mentioned that. I mean, he's not afraid to mention the facts.
Right.
It's like sometimes you got to just, we got to get cost of living. Yeah, maybe we should get a somewhat of a decent raise over time as they block it out, maybe 5%, 6%, and get to your 20 or some, wherever you agree on. Is 40% realistic, guys?
Yes. Being honest, I completely agree.
Well, maybe so, depending. But I'm saying for the average person, I mean, those are pretty good paying jobs, if I'm not mistaken. Some of these dudes are hitting six figures, no problem.
But look at the price of some of these cars. There's still people today at Ford,
what do you think's going to happen when they get these big raises? They're going to have to raise.
You're building a car you can't even afford to buy. That's bull crap.
Yeah, well, I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's why 40% is not on the realm. I'm in the industry and I see that you're selling a new Wagoneer for $100,000.
Yeah.
You know, the guy that built that.
What's a loaded Ram going for right now?
$70,000.
$70,000.
Yeah. An average Stellantis worker can't even afford to buy that vehicle. Yeah. So you're building cars you can't afford to build. Yeah. So 40%, it's not unreasonable.
Valid take. I mean,
and their profits were in the trillions, weren't they?
Yeah, that's what I said. Even this 40% increase doesn't even hit 88% of their profits.
Now, is this for everybody across the board, from the lowest entry level worker at these companies?
Right.
Or
and there's some temporary stuff because they fixed it kind of a little bit with GM the last time. Because there was no, they're temporary employees. There was no real clear set way of how to them to get hired in. So they fixed that a little bit, but it's the same thing. They didn't do it with Stellantis, and they didn't do it with Ford.
Yeah.
And they're taking, because they make millions off of these temporary employees. Because they don't have to offer them any of the benefits, any of the retirement packages.
Now that's worth fighting over. To me,
once
the stuff
done,
they're missing.
Yeah.
That's not. There's a fair equal thing, a platform that everybody should have, merit raises and things like that. I agree with some of that.
But okay, say you're a full-time employee and I'm a temporary employee. There's so many benefits they're giving you that I'm not getting. Now times that. Now how many employees are not giving it to over a period of 10, 15 years?
But you said part-time employee?
Well, a part-time employee means you work full-time, but you're only getting part of the benefits, you know what I mean? Because you're a temporary. So they're making all this money off of you, and you're not getting none of it.
What you're saying is they're hiring more temporary people to fill jobs so they can get away with that?
Yeah, it's a cop-out. Yeah. For them to hire me full-time onto the company, they're going to have to pay me all my 401k, my profit sharing, all that. I'm getting my hourly wage. Maybe I'm throwing some benefits at them. So you add that up, of course, at 10 years, they're literally making millions, hundreds of millions off of what they don't have to pay you.
I mean, it's a
times that by how many temporary employees you have. If they're making $50 million over a 10-year period over one employee, how many are they making over a course of 300 employees?
Yeah, and listen, I'm not mad at them because sometimes I wish I was part of a union to fight for that too, because our raises are minuscule. I've been at a company 16 years, and I mean,
I'm not a union.
There's systems out there that don't even, you know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, this year we'll throw you 3%, or you go 2 years, you don't see nothing. I think that's kind of bullshit for companies that are Fortune 500 companies. We got to relook at that, and take care of your people that have been there. And even just starting out, they might be great employees that might be there for the next 16. Set something up for long-term success instead of turning and burning people.
I agree. I agree. What do you think?
Because the bottom line is the only real number.
That makes sense.
I know. I get it. It's corporate America.
Right.
But if they can get them cheaper and do the same work, and especially with all these people coming into the country, we just need you to do this, and that. That's
what you really got to think about. And that kind of bookends the whole topic there. Is it's kind of like you got all these people. Eventually, might get 6-month, 2-year visas or something. They can stay here. And they will take what they can get and live.
They're going to put them in the system as quick as they can.
Sure.
And that illegal alien that came into the country that went and worked at that temporary, you made $65,000 a year over the course of 3 years. But you made over millions off of what he's done for that company, and they got to shoo him away. And the profits are staggering. That's why they like it.
Yeah.
And the thing that I don't hate the fact they're doing it. What I don't like is they think we're too stupid to know that that's what's going on.
Yeah.
And they treat us like our intelligence level's way down here. Yeah. Like we can't see what the hell's going on. Yeah. And that's no different than any other auto industry. And my company does the same thing. You know, we don't have a union per se. We govern ourselves. Every 4 years we meet up. But it was the same thing. They would sell us all this bag of goods saying, oh, we're doing all this for you, doing that. And thinking we're too stupid to know what they were really doing is making total profit off of us.
Throw you a pizza party twice a year.
Yeah. We're an Italian company. Their net profits are over $2 billion after bottom line. They wanted to give us 88 cents over the course of 3 years. Fuck you.
Wow.
Yeah, there's got to be fair game when a company's profiting, like you said, Cheech, billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are blue collar people. I mean, I get it, and you're right. They do kind of put a stigma on some of these. Well, they're just like the UAW leader was talking in his call today about. They just think I'm a dumb redneck, and they're judging us based on who we are just because we work in the automotive business. I really think that. There's people that really have slaved 30 hard years working in these plants and sweating in 100-degree heat and doing things that are just prideful for what they're doing at their job. Merit pay those people. Give them the best money they can get to keep your best talent. But then at the same time, you got to be realistic because every company's in it to make money.
Oh, for sure.
But maybe it's a bad thing they have to expose their books because they're a public traded company and every CFO's salaries out there, what they're making, and you're like, well, goddamn, why are they getting $54 million a year plus 10,000 stocks every year for this and that? But you'll never be that person, or maybe most of those people never get to that elite level. But at the same time, remember the people that are doing the grunt work, man. Those are the people that should be compensated. For those people, I hope it works out. But you got to watch, man, because you got electric vehicles, you got all this new shit technology, such a big push, and I personally can't wrap my head around it.
No,
I just can't. We've talked about this before in the podcast, but there's a lot of technology that's out there right now that can easily take some of these jobs away. And so what's the complexion of the automotive business in 20 years from now when we're older yet and we're like, God damn, I remember when cars had engines. Now they're flying or something like that. Nothing's out of reach anymore.
We're never going to figure that out.
The Jetsons had it right. Cheech, the Jetsons had it right. They had FaceTime on the Jetsons back when we watched cartoons. Remember that? And all that shit. They had FaceTime. They had cell phones. I'm like, whoever wrote that script, man, they fucking knew what was going to happen.
Judy Jetson was so hot, too, man. She was hot.
Ginger or Marianne, who did you like?
Marianne.
Yeah. Something about that country girl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Chuck, who'd you like? Gilligan?
No, I was more of a Genie.
No. You like it? I Dream of Genie?
Yeah.
Where were we, Philly?
Was that all you had?
That's all. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's good stuff. That was a good conversation. So staying on the UAW strike type tip. As the strike continues, the local strip club is doing its part to help out the auto workers during this historic labor dispute. Dream Girls, shout out to Dream Girls in Detroit. Lincoln Park says that it will offer complimentary admission for UAW members for the duration of the strike. So they get in for free, get to see some tits and ass. How you doing?
Wow.
You like that? You think Hollywood would be up on that or no?
That's probably why he didn't show up tonight.
That's where he is, right? I was literally just thinking, no wonder
probably where he's at.
I'm at the strip bar.
Man, I had me so many dances, man.
So back to Cheech's Halloween house. So in Sterling Heights, a resident raised eyebrows when she called the police to report her neighbor's Halloween decorations, which included a 12-foot skeleton and the comical 3-foot skeleton boner from Home Depot. The concerned neighbor found the decorations offensive, particularly the 3-foot skeleton boner, deeming it inappropriate for their family-friendly neighborhood. However, after a swift response from police, it was determined that the decorations fell within the legal boundaries as a form of artistic expression.
I tell you what,
you can literally buy a 3-foot bone wood, Braz, at Home Depot. I mean,
let's go to the lumber department for that. Hey, man, you can get that piece of oak over there, that one with a nice foreskin.
That's nice.
So check this out. This just came out today. I guess they're going to do a 8 Mile 2.
Really?
Yeah, and they're going to take, what do they call the background people?
The extras?
Extras, yeah. They're going to film it right here in Warren, too.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that just came out today, so that's pretty cool. So it's supposed to start filming in March.
Well,
Eminem's going to be in it?
Yeah. Eminem, they're going to, I think Chris Tucker is going to play Dr. Dre.
Wow, that is pretty fucking awesome, really.
Yeah, so this was on Facebook, the Macomb Daily. So I mean,
it's going to be a girl's point. They're going to call it Vernier.
Vernier.
Is it going to be like because 8 Mile really wasn't actually what Victoria was like. It was a semi-autobiography.
Right. I'm sure this will be similar, but like a continuation. That's basically what this article reads.
Okay, so it's not going to be an actual biography.
Kind of like, because at the end of 8 Mile where he kind of walked off, this would be like the next portion, probably where he gets picked up and into mainstream. So I think that'd be pretty dope. I'd be there, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because 8 Mile, what a great movie. It really was.
They're filming it, you said, here in Warren?
In Warren, yeah.
They filmed the original one in Warren. I lived in the trailer park at the time they were filming it. We had to have a badge and everything because I owned a trailer in there.
Did you ever eat trailer park ass?
No, I said, why have we got to go there with trailer park ass? I just happened to be living there at the time that they filmed it. And like I said, I was just talking to you off a mic, and that's where I actually met my wife was at that bar in the scene.
Who in the hell do you think you are?
Sea Rebel, brother.
Sea Rebel. The Rebel.
No, but I thought that was kind of cool,
That
man.
is
I'm
cool.
stoked about it. I might go try to be an extra, man. Fuck it, why not?
Why not, man? You get paid. I know
part
Pawn
of
Stars.
history. Yeah.
Pawn Stars was filming in Detroit. You know, the show.
Aiden Greenfield.
And you could sign up to be an extra, and they pay $160 a day just to be there. But you had to be there for 8 hours.
Right.
I checked into it. I'm like, man, that'd be cool. I'll do it on a Saturday. It was sold out. They had like Tuesday and Thursday available. But then I looked at it and like, you have to sign a contract, and then you have to stay there from the allotted time. You can't leave, and they pay $160.
My brother was on that show. Yeah,
Billy was?
Yeah, he was on that show.
Now, you're not guaranteed to be in the film, though, correct?
No, because it could get put on the edited floor.
Yeah, right.
He was on it a whole segment, and the only thing that actually aired of my brother was a real little small piece.
Okay.
But I guess he got an argument with Seth over Platinum, and
Really?
and I guess he made Seth look really bad because when it does come to precious metals, my brother knows exactly what he's talking about. And I guess Seth was acting like a real arrogant asshole, and my brother called him out, and his dad looked him up and said, yeah, Seth, you're wrong.
Wow.
And the only thing that got put in there was like a really, really small, like 10-second piece. So just because you're there all day long doesn't mean
anything.
Yeah. So last thing, this is a little bonus thing we all can talk about was, do you think the NFL is making too much of this Kelsey Taylor Swift thing?
Absolutely.
It's overkill.
Who gives a shit?
I noticed that too, man. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Who gives a fuck?
Can we just stop
hit that
already?
Hit that again. Please hit that again.
It's enough. But I had enough of that shit, dude. It's been ridiculous, But the ratings are up, and she's got to sell a film. She's already got AMC has $100 million pre-sold tickets for this new Taylor Swift film. It's going to be the whole concert. As if you couldn't go, and then here it is. It's going to be on the big screen. $100 million in pre-sale tickets already.
I want to see if I can find these numbers.
If you got one more, I got one more news thing. I forgot.
She's worth $600 million. I looked that up last week. I'm thinking, who makes more money, her or Kelsey?
And Kelsey,
he'll even come close, bro.
He makes what, 18
all the
a year?
options you got.
Gee,
You're gonna
think about it, man. It's like the wealth that she has, and Kelsey's a goofball. I mean, it just goes to show.
I like Kelsey.
And I like him too. I like
love Kelsey.
I mean, he's great.
Yeah.
I love the guy for who he is and just his personality. Jabroni, and we did a little Beastie Boys stuff.
Oh yeah.
That
But
was
the
great.
thing is, like,
He killed
this
on
chick could
SNL.
have
Yeah, he
anybody.
did, he did.
And then she's like, I want to date that guy, man.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, ticket sales are up, ratings are up. I mean, what an influencer.
So you're saying what I think you're saying? You're saying that this is all publicity? It's not? Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know. I think, if you noticed, there wasn't the game that KC played, Philly. There was a lot of Taylor Swift stuff in there,
against the
commercials,
Jets,
and Kelsey was doing a lot of, whatever, commercials and shit right now.
Yeah.
What else did you have?
That's it. I just wanted to touch base on that because it was a little overkill there, I thought.
Rob?
You're talking about movies, and I had one I didn't bring up. But have you guys have all heard of Duck Dynasty, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they have a movie out now about Phil Robertson's life. Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No.
It's called The Blind. It's about Phil Robertson when he first met his wife, Kay, and when he went and played for University of Louisiana Tech. Excuse me. Are you done there? What? I didn't do
With
a
that
fucking
being said,
thing.
we're going to take our last break and we'll be back with the sports part of the show.
Junior!
All right, y'all, it is now time for the sports portion of the show, and we got a lot to talk about locally and in sports in general. Obviously, we're going to do our NFL picks coming up at the end. But the big news this week, obviously, Miguel Cabrera, mucho gracias, senor. Thank you for many, many years of great baseball, one of the purest hitters that the game has ever seen. So just an amazing talent. And I'll just share your thoughts, man, experiences, thoughts on him, first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he made Detroit baseball relevant again. I mean, it started getting there beforehand, but when they brought him in and Dontrell Willis in, it was great. And at one time there, at 4 or 5 years in, he was literally the best hitter in baseball. Literally the best hitter. I mean, health played a lot of help in later on years. But
sure.
It was great being a Detroit Tigers fan and knowing you had the greatest hitter on the planet. And in my era, what I'm very proud of, I got to watch somebody win a triple crown. You know how rare that is?
Oh, yeah.
To win a triple crown.
For sure.
That was great. And when he won that, he actually won it in Kansas City when he sealed it in.
Yep.
And it was such a great moment. Even Kansas City Royals fans knew what a great moment was. I remember they gave him a standing ovation in Kansas City when Leland pulled him off the field.
I mean, obviously, the latter part of his career didn't have the oppo field power. He used to be able to blast it at all parts of the field, just spray the ball. Obviously, that went away. He was, single dog for the last 3 years, I would say, but just a great talent to watch. And it just chaps my ass that we never were able to bring a championship home here.
No,
he did win one, obviously, as a rookie in Miami, but
he had 2 shots, right?
Yeah, we lost twice in the World Series.
Yeah,
no, one. Was he here in 06?
Yeah.
No, he came in. No, he didn't come in.
That's right. You're right. Just the one shot.
In 2012.
Yeah, so he only had the one.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to correct you on that. But
against the Giants.
Stand corrected.
San Fran.
Yeah.
Then we got ass raped. We call it eating ass. Well, we were that ass was shoved in our face.
We got ass ate.
You're right. I mean, it didn't even look like we belonged there. It was terrible.
The casual sports fan just left the show. It's all gone. It's all great. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I posted the proposed dome on Comerica Park.
Yeah. What the hell, man?
It's kind of it's. I guess it's just a proposal right now. A lot of stadiums are looking at upgrades. I say yeah, because it's got the concourse would still be open, so you can still get the natural airflow. It looks pretty dope. It'd be different. Like, it's cold here. Summer doesn't last very long in Michigan, so I think it'd be kind of cool.
Would that be a retractable one?
Not a retractable. It's kind of like it's open. You can still see through it.
Yeah.
And the concourse has it's open there with windows, so kind of neat. I put a poll out there on the Instagram thing, and 87% say yes. 13 say no.
Fuck that.
You don't like it?
No, the Detroit Tigers are one of the oldest franchises, and can I see that actually? Detroit Tigers are one of the oldest franchises in Major League Baseball. They've never played in a dome.
It would be different.
It would suck. I would take me 10 years to get used to it.
It would take some getting used to.
There would be no Friday night fireworks, though, man, if we put a dome on.
I mean, you could put them on the top still.
Yeah, kind of like, just like
and then
it's like the butterfly exhibit at the Detroit Zoo. That's what that picture looks like to me.
Or the Spear in Las Vegas. Have you seen this?
Do you know how many butterflies we could get in there?
Oh, my God, that'd be so great. Gosh, that just warms my tummy.
You don't like it?
I do. I love it, man. I thought it was some kind of, if that's what they want to do, I think it'd be cool. But I kind of like the retractable, but you really can't do that now. You'd have to really build the whole infrastructure to do something that
How much
crazy.
money did they say that would cost?
Didn't show.
Well, you should take some of that money that you're putting in that dome and buy some fucking players that can actually play the game of baseball.
I think they will now. Now with Miguel's contract coming off, I think that's going to be a lot of money.
I'm still not convinced that Chris Elliott even knows that he owns a fucking baseball team.
Well, I mean,
I am not a Chris Elliott fan. He is not his dad. He's done shit since he's taken over that team, and I'm very angry with him. So the things
analytics, Bob. That's what they're all about.
Do me a favor, take a chill pill, bro. Take it down a notch.
Take it easy.
I'm a Detroit Tiger fan. I love Detroit Tigers, and Chris Elliott just pissed me off.
You can hear it in your voice, Hero.
Yeah, he's
very, very frustrated.
All the hard work that his dad did, he basically flushed down the fucking toilet. And that's how I feel about it. And he was too busy doing other things and enjoying how rich he was. Red Wings suck, Tigers suck. He won't put no money into either one of them. And he still doesn't act like he wants to be a fucking franchise owner. So yeah, until he proves otherwise,
they're losers.
Well, we were spoiled with Pops because he was go for broke. I mean, bringing Prince Fielder, you look at the Wings, man. Any trade was on the table. He wanted them all.
He wasn't afraid to spend money, man.
And to go back to what you said about it was too bad we couldn't win. Think about it. At one time, the 4 Cy Young winners in a row, we had all of them guys on our team at the same time. with Rick Porcello and Scherzer and Verlander. All those guys were on our team at the same time.
Your favorite was Fister, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
I actually like Weaver.
Hard to eat ass with a fist in there, huh?
Put some respect on my name.
Hard.
I got carried away with Chris.
Hey, listen, could I say something about Miguel Cabrera?
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with you, man. He was probably, you see a player like that come around once in a lifetime, a triple crown or a guy of that stature. But those last 4 years are painful, man.
Oh, yeah.
They were really painful. You watch him at his peak. I think 2016, just before the whole pandemic thing hit, I think he had 75 RBIs. He played very good. He was still a big-time contributor. But these last 2 or 3 years have kind of seen the wind down of the athlete. He probably could have retired a few years ago.
Right.
But, I was just looking at something here. This number doesn't lie. Cabrera ranks number 7. Think of all the MLB players ever played in the game. 17th all-time, right? With 3,174 hits. He passed 2023 Baseball Hall of Famer Adrian Beltre for the first spot list with singles against the Dodgers. He's got tons of records. He's a trivia show in himself, right? But I thought what was really cool in that final game, it was great how Detroit embraced him at this final home series last weekend. But what was really cool is when he wanted to go play first base for the first time since 2019.
That was great.
And he got the chance to do that. He told the manager, just want one out. All I want is let me play one inning or whatever he was trying to do. And the first batter came and hit a ground ball to him. How cool is it? It's the baseball gods looked down and said, look, man,
that was dope.
We're going to give you this one last token of appreciation. And man, what a send-off. And
that was cool. It was that really bring a charity ride just thinking about it.
It's so cool to see something like that, how it just played out like it was a scripted thing, and it just happened the way it did. But to watch that guy hit in his prime, dangerous, man.
And more than the stats and everything else, I just love how he played with the natural love of the game. Always fucking around with somebody, laughing, joking with the teammates.
Whose shoe did he set on fire? Remember he set somebody's shoe on fire in a dugout? They were on camera watching it, and he was walking around, and it's on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
He set somebody's shoe on fire, and they didn't know it. He was walking them in a dugout.
I didn't know he was an arsonist, but
he did. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
He's probably back in Venezuela right now, torching houses. Hey, I like to hit and I like to burn shit.
Really funny. If you get a chance to watch it, it was pretty funny.
He loves Devil's Night here.
Right.
Angel's Night.
I just thought it was cool. Right. It was cool to have a guy like that. Now, who's our next big superstar in Detroit sports? Because now that Yzerman's out, we had so many.
Barry, makes the grass look
Kelvin, good. We had Cabrera. Now, who takes place of the next iconic sports figure in Detroit?
Iconic, that's tough.
Think about it. Is it Jared Goff? Is it J-Mo? We don't have his stats yet to prove. Is it a Lion?
The Pistons,
is it a Pistons?
Don't have anybody.
The Red Wings are kind of developing.
You thought maybe Cade Cunningham with the Wings. You thought maybe Dylan Larkin.
Yeah.
The Lions they're like the ultimate team right now with a lot of young players, so maybe somebody there. I don't know. It's tough.
Who leaves their mark?
Hutch will probably
leaves their mark?
Hutch
that's a good one.
I would have to agree.
Because he went to U of M too.
Right.
So
local kid.
I agree with that 100%. I think that's your answer.
Yeah, I think that's a really good one because he's the one that seems to be getting all this, and he's playing so good right now, man. He's playing over his head.
I loved him. He didn't get a sack in the Kansas City game, but every play on camera you seen, he was just calming. Game after game.
Sometimes it's not what shows up on the stat sheet. It's he's getting doubled in pressure still.
Right.
Yeah.
That's important, opening up opportunities for other players. So that's a sign of greatness as well.
Let me ask you this. If I'd have told you 6 years ago that the best team in our city would be the Detroit Lions, what would you have said to me?
You're full of shit.
Yeah, we've been tarnished.
Just because we're hoodwinked.
Right.
I mean, look at how many times that they let us down.
We could have a whole show.
It's so fun right now.
Are you guys feeling like maybe there's a little bit too much hype going on with the Detroit Lions? I am a kind of person that I like the modesty approach. I think that's maybe where the coach is grounding these guys. Like, let's not get too high. They're doing what they're living up to the expectations.
That's in-house though, and Campbell's doing a great job of that, keeping them humble.
But they're
also throttle these guys.
They're also leaning into it though, like the grit, the villain thing that's come out.
Yeah.
Like I love that they got an identity now. Like that's something you can get behind. We haven't had that, and I don't know how long.
Well, let me ask
you
you a
him
question.
playing with so much energy. Like Anzalone, this guy's
he's playing lights out right now,
Rodriguez,
man.
I think Rodriguez is kind of getting pushed out a little bit.
It's size and speed now. Now you got these
Campbell, man.
beasts,
I don't know why they don't play Campbell more.
I think
it's because, like we talked about a few shows ago, Barnes is playing out of his mind too. He's playing very, very well, and it's like there's only so many spots at linebacker on the field because it's a passing league. Usually, only play with 2 now.
Yeah,
Houston's playing out of his mind. Even I mean, he's a little hurt right now, but Houston's even playing out of his mind.
Yeah, I think he's out for.
How about Montgomery? Man, comes back and just
balled out
after you thought he was going to be done for a while.
Torched the Packers.
Yeah. Played well.
Yes.
Torched the Packers.
No, I don't think we're overreacting to it,
point.
though. But I got a question. Who do you think's overreacting? Are you asking about the players or the fans?
Well,
because Detroit fans, that's what we do. Anytime we get around them, look at the Red Wings in their era. They visiting arenas, it'd be more Red Wings fans than actual fans of another team. So anytime we have a chance to get behind the hometown team, that's what we do.
Oh, for sure.
I would challenge us against any city.
I agree with you
6-man my
100%.
ass.
The Lambeau, man, Lambeau was filled with Lions.
Yeah, like I said,
we took over that joint.
It's crazy.
Loved it.
Like Seattle says, we got to know 6-man my ass. Let the Lions ever be when we really think they're going to win a Super Bowl. This will be nothing.
Yeah, that was just so cool. I was talking to my cousin Mateo about that, and he's like, did you watch the post game show on Prime? And he's like, dude, you couldn't even hear what they were saying because of the Let's Go Lions chants. Like, that's crazy. On the road, you got a fan base following you. We travel very well. We'll support the team when it's worth supporting. There's no doubt.
We've proven that. And just the characters of the team, even the announcers and the coaches, like, I do not love Dan Miller. I mean, to listen to Dan Miller, he will just get you out of your chair. Yeah. Me and my son, we do this every game so far. We will hit pause on the TV and then turn Dan Miller on and to where they're in sync, and then we'll just listen to Dan Miller every game.
Nice.
I mean, he's great.
Dan's the man.
Yeah, he is. Like, somebody calls you watch, like against last year against Chicago, when from the end of the game we're trying to sack Fields. Get him down!
Well, you love Dan, but then you got, I don't know, Dan.
Yeah.
You got
Dan, we got Hutch in the backfield again.
You know what was good what he did there?
Lomas, man.
Yeah, I love Lomas.
Aiden Hutchinson got him.
Do Justin Fields.
Goff takes the shotgun snap back, wants to throw over the middle, got a man wide open. Amon Ross, St. Brown, touchdown, Detroit Lions.
Oh, yeah.
Goff looked up, saw 14.
He's probably one of the best. He actually does extra stuff besides Detroit sports. Like if they have playoff games, they use his voice for like what's the NFL radio station? They've got a name for it, not an NFL Network, but there's like an affiliate that's on the radio. But they'll use Dan Miller for those big games.
Yeah.
But Lomas Brown, man.
I love Lomas, but not as a commentary guy.
What happened to Shep for the Tigers? The Tigers broadcaster, right? Didn't he get booted out of the freaking booth?
Why?
What the fuck was Shepard out of the booth for doing the Tigers game? I thought Shep was great.
I did too.
Yeah.
And are they bringing Mario and what's his nut?
Yeah, Rod and Mario back.
Rod and Mario.
Fucking fight in the booth because that's how it all started, right?
It stopped because Rod was choking Mario, but I heard he had grabbed a hold of him and choked him.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think they should let Lomas do it.
Oh, you know, Rod, now that guy, Rod, he's talking so
here.
I don't know, Dan.
It's painful to listen to that guy.
I love Lomas. I hope they never take him out of there. I love Lomas.
He's like a big teddy bear, but
yeah,
he's like a sloth, whatever they call it. He's like real sloth, like a sloth, or
the great sleuth.
The great sleuth. It's like a fucking tortoise doing commentary. I'm like, dude, that play was over 10 minutes. Oh, I'm just finishing up. No, dude.
I think the biggest reason the hype
is,
get
him in a booth.
Yeah. The biggest reason the hype is, though, because we've been wanting a winner out of the Lions for
Chaz would be in the sixth inning, in the third inning. He would be so far right.
I'm going to tell you.
He's like Tony Romo on steroids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But Dan, you know what's going to happen here next? He's going to throw the screen pass, and he's going to do this and do that. Chad's like, he's going to fucking score a touchdown, and then he's going to fucking go for 2. You're going to be so fucking pumped up. You would be great at it, though. You'd be very entertaining.
He does do commentary.
I do commentary. I got commentary
he's
now.
Fucking Renaissance, man. He runs the team. He runs the concessions. This guy does it all, man.
What don't you do, Brad?
I do my part to help.
What makes you so special?
I think the one thing we found out was that he don't eat ass.
He doesn't need ass.
And you guys have tried to get me to say it several times, and I've given you the same answer. I've been consistent.
You're not going to say it, asshole.
Abundantly clear.
Up my nose here.
Hollywood is really. He was even trying to trick his questions in to get me.
Listen, I just want to finish what I was saying about the fans of Detroit, Philly. I am pumped like every fan is, but man, I don't. We've been burnt so many times that it doesn't seem real still.
I know.
So you want to dial it back a little bit, and I kind of want to just like the mission, man. Like next one up, let's keep winning. Let's keep winning. We're right where we thought we were going to be. 3-1 was an early year prediction when we looked at the first 4 games. I think we got this win coming up, and we'll get to our bets and everything or our picks. But I just don't want to see it get too inflated because some of these fans are getting a little Super Bowl. They're getting tattoos and shit. I'm like, what the fuck, man? You ain't even won a playoff game since '91. Take it easy, guys.
Take it easy.
Pump the brakes a little bit.
You get those assholes with every fan base, though.
Yeah, but those are the ones.
They're just the extremists.
Yeah, they're very extreme, and I ain't about that. I like to say, man, I played a good game. I want to see this schedule, unveil. I want to see.
You want to make a bet?
I like the extremists, though.
Make a bet. Someone's got to get grit tatted on their ass.
Oh, I ain't going to do that. Even if they got to the Super Bowl.
That would be deep.
Grit.
Literally.
Would you do it? Do you have any tattoos, Cheech?
Yeah.
You got? Oh, I didn't even look. Oh, there you go. Those are, yeah. So would you get grit put on your ass if the Lions won the Super Bowl?
I think the 4 of us should pick a letter. He's got G, you got R.
And then take a grit picture with the ass cheeks and it all says G-R-I-T. It's grit, man. We lost it. We
For
won
some
it.
eerie reason, I'd almost want to get behind that. Yeah. And I've never answered an ass question in my life.
Why don't you show us your Lions tattoo? Because you do have one, Chaz. Let's look at this monster tattoo. Look at this guy.
Oh, look at that thing.
That's a fan right there.
Put the fucking pythons away, bro. Really? Come on.
Take
Tree
it
trunks
easy.
I just,
what a fucking...
I was obeying a request. What are you ever going to do?
You are something else, man. You're getting beefy. Getting huge.
Yeah.
What else you got
Guy
for sports,
couldn't get his
Phil?
alligator into the game. You got to get the pythons out of here.
Could you imagine they did this year? Like, we don't know what's going to happen the rest of the year. No. Imagine this is January.
Oh, my God.
And it's the NFC Championship game, and we're watching Roger Goodell hand the owner of the Detroit Lions, Sheila Ford Hamp, an NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Super Bowl's beyond my wildest dreams. I'm going to keep it right there. Imagine us watching Sheila Ford Hamp.
That would be...
handed an NFC Championship
be
trophy.
Quite amazing.
Oh, my God. I don't know how I would mentally handle it.
So I put this out there, too, as a poll. So this is a kind of a trade proposal because Jamar Chase just asked for a trade. So Jamar Chase and a second-round pick to the Lions for Jamison Williams and 2 first-round picks. Would you do it right now?
No. I wouldn't give up all the first-round picks.
Like, Cincinnati's wideout. That's your number one wideout, right?
Some say next to Jefferson, the best in the league.
But he's had some injuries, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I would wait to see what this season plays out for Williams because I think he's going to get a lot of playing time. This is a kid that got suspended for gambling, right? So he got early access back in because they changed the rule. I think Goodell did.
Yeah.
So he's coming back, and I feel he's going to be playing a lot of football here in the next couple of weeks.
What do you think, Cheech? They say no.
No.
You wouldn't do it?
Not for first. You said we'd get a second round.
Yeah.
And
Chase, but you give 2.
But we get 2 first
and
round
J-Mo.
picks. No. Are those picks are too bad, especially when you got somebody in front office right now that actually looks like he knows how to draft. And knows how to draft.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so I wouldn't give up 2 first rounds.
Yeah, I mean, the fans,
I would give up maybe
63% say yes, 37% no. So a lot of people giving up on J-Mo already.
Well, do you think...
I say no. Yeah. Because just for the fact that you said, I trust in Holmes, man. Right. Let Holmes cook. Let him keep cooking. Right. He's done a fantastic job.
So why take away one of the ingredients that he's going to cook with us for? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's to be seen. And look how well they're doing without him. Now add him to the pot. Yeah. Now it's full gear, man.
And you haven't even seen the best of Jahmyr Gibbs yet. You know what I mean? And his best yet is still to come.
He's going to have a breakout game.
Yeah, I'm with you, Chief.
He's got to.
He's got to. It's still only 4 games.
And now we're adding Williams back in. So, I mean, he hasn't played yet.
Yeah.
So they don't know.
It's going to turn out. It's going to. There's a lot more to come.
I'm looking at the schedule. We're going to be 5-1 by Thanksgiving game.
Well, and like we talked about before we got on, Laporta, man. What a great pick that's turning out to be.
He's freaking stud.
He's looking like a bona fide NFL tight end, man. Gotta love it.
When's the last time a 4th-round pick was relevant in the Detroit Lions starting lineup? I can't recall any.
Never.
I've never.
Since this regime, I can't call it.
Like, these are legit starters right now. These drafts that are coming in, these rookies, we're talking about Campbell, you talked about Laporta, you talked about Gibbs. These are instant fucking impact players, man.
Yeah.
Like, these guys came in. Man, we've never seen that.
No, we took guys like Keith Tabor,
running back, Barry Sanders, and all shows on one guy. But no, these dudes are all around, man. They're coming in. Hats off to Brad Holmes. Done a great job, man.
We're taking a Kikalama Francis out of Hawaii.
Right.
Who?
Never heard
Juan Atalaya. What was that guy's name?
Amari Spivey.
Yeah. Fuck. Ernie Sims.
Dingle McCringle.
Well, Ernie Sims was a first-round pick.
I know, but how did he work out? He fucking sucked. He could have been a 12th-round pick.
Oh, Charles Rogers.
Don't yell at me. I can tell you feel it in your taint right now. Right? Just relax. Your taint is like swollen right now. Yelling at me. Just relax.
Fucking foreskin's going to fall off over there. Go, Gene. Hey, can I mention one sports thing here, Phil? Former Red Sox pitcher.
Do me a favor, take a chill pill, bro. Take it down a notch.
Former Red Sox pitcher Tim Wakefield dies after cancer diagnosis. Red Sox said Wakefield, known for his knuckleball, he passed away this past Sunday. He was this guy was a fucking fantastic pitcher.
He was.
I remember Roger Clemens and all these Boston teams that were really good. You know, they were in a drought for many years.
Yeah.
This dude was an ace, man, and it just sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, and no one really knew much about it. But that guy went away, and that sucks.
That was a dying art too. Nobody threw that knuckleball.
You couldn't convince me that he didn't have something on his hand. The way I've never seen a knuckleball move the way Wakefield would throw it.
It was amazing.
There was another.
There's no way he's doing it without sandpaper or something.
Very crazy, man. Power rankings, guys. NFL power rankings. This is for this current week, week 5. Number 1, San Francisco 49ers. Number 2, Buffalo. Number 3, the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 4, the Dallas Cowboys. And the Lions are right now number 5 power ranked. They scored at least 20 points in 13 straight games. That streak should only get easier to sustain with wide receiver Williams coming back.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how the Lions have moved their way up the charts. They're actually ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs, who are number 6.
Yeah, did you see they got flex next week, too, to the primetime spot?
Yes.
425?
That's something.
That's cool.
Down.
So that's a national spotlight, right?
Yeah.
They keep putting them on the main screen, which is great, and a couple flex games at the
then
end
they
of the
got
season.
a Monday night game coming up, too, don't they?
Yeah, so we've only had one.
Raiders, day before Halloween.
We've only had one Sunday game. Everything's been primetime so far.
I kind of like it, man. I like Thursday games.
Thursday night games.
Those are kind of cool, man, especially when it's your home team. You're like, man, I could get into this, and you got the weekend to kind of do all your other shit.
It's only cool because we're winning. You know, it was a Thursday. If they were 1-3 right now, we're like, fucking Thursday sucks.
We've been gold on prime time, though, man.
You always cringe your teeth on prime time. You know, remember we went to a Monday night game when the greatest show on turf came here, got blew out 35-0.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible.
Thanksgiving Day getting blew out 57-13 by the Colts. You know, we've seen it all.
Manning, I was at that game.
And that's why it doesn't seem real, because we're so used to being pushed down that freaking hole. Like, they suck. You know, they're the laughing stock of the NFL. But everyone's taking note, man. The alerts are up now.
Sunday night, Green Bay Packers for the division. Lose, heartbreaker. We go and stuff our faces with Telway. You know?
I still got footage of that, by the way.
Yeah. It's just a great time to be a fan, man. I'm here for it. Love it. I'm glad we can kind of revel in it and just enjoy it.
I just love that we're excited about it, you know, because there's been so much to just be mad about. I mean,
yeah. So let's break down the game a little bit. So the last game obviously was Green Bay. Yeah. I think we just absolutely manhandled them, and it was great to see.
Street, literally from the moment the game started,
they came out of
That's what you don't see.
What was it? 27. What was halftime score?
It was 27-3.
27-3.
Yeah.
In Lambeau.
Man, can't call it the last time that's happened. But my biggest takeaway is the improvement of the defense. I was so hard on Aaron Glenn all last year on this show, and they were horrible. And he's done such a 360, man. It's great to see. I mean, you got the pieces in place now. You got the young talent. You got depth now. So, like, with this injury report that came out today, there's like 12 dudes on it. It doesn't really shake me. Whereas in the past, I'm like, oh shit, we're screwed.
Season's done.
You know, like we might be in trouble this week.
How many times in this part of the season, our season's already been over with?
Yeah,
a lot of years that's happened. We're 1-4.
Yeah, for sure.
Now let me ask you this: how many of them defensive coaches are they going to lose at the end of this year?
Oh, you know, there's going to be
Aaron Glenn. There's going to be a lot of people wanting that Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, Ben Johnson. I'm sure he's going to get a job. You know, on offensive side.
The fact that he came back though was like, no, I'm not going to take a job. I believe what we're going to do
That was
here.
super cool.
Yeah.
You know, who's to say
the Lions go deep
in
the playoffs and
right?
Who knows? Maybe they'd be like, you know what? Let's stay one more year.
Yeah, extend them. Maybe pay them a little bit more to stay. You know, I mean, why not? If it's working.
With that, now who do you think now got the better deal of that trade with Matthew Stafford? I think we won. And then they won a Super Bowl, but in the long run,
again, you always said, you know, that's the pinnacle, right? You'd forgive everything else. They got their Super Bowl, so
they sold out to get it, though.
They did.
They had to give up a lot to get it.
But tell me you would not, if you were in that position, like where you're at now. Say the trade deadline comes up and there's a move that you just make it to put you over the top. You sell the farm, the draft picks, all that shit. You tell me you wouldn't do it to go try to win a championship?
If I knew it was going to work,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
it's championships and winning.
But that's different for Lions. I mean, because Lions have been so far away from it that, yes, you would. Where the Rams have won Super Bowls. Maybe they haven't won it while they're in L.A. right now, but they've won it. The Lions, when you become a Detroit Lion in the 80s and 90s, you would sign a contract. You weren't allowed to watch it on TV because you might taint it. That's how far away from the fucking Super Bowl we were.
Yeah.
So they would mean so much more to us in this city.
Yeah.
And if we won one Super Bowl this year, they would have to win another one for 10 years. It would last that long.
Well, half of LA don't even know they have a football team. It's just a big market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're so right.
Look at the state of California. Look how many NFL football teams does the state of California have?
No, you got three.
Four.
Frisco,
two
Chargers, Rams.
Oh, yeah, it's actually 3 now because Raiders went to Vegas.
Left to Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, jeez.
But I mean, look at these. Look at the tackles. This is you talk about defense, Philly. Anzalone had 5 tackles. Barnes 6. Branch 7. Comiskey had 5. Jacobs 5. I mean, these guys are all in, man. Good sacks. Hutchinson, to Cheech's point, had 1.5 sacks. He had a big game before that. Against Atlanta.
Yeah,
they're all in, and that defense did do a big turn, man. Hats off to those guys.
Out there, and they double team him. That's given all these other guys opportunities. Man.
Oh, my gosh. Even the announcers were like, man, this guy has no time to freaking get out of the pocket.
And that's why a lot of guys look good. You coach football, as you know. You double up on one guy. You're going one-on-one with several other guys.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And these guys are making the most of what Hutchinson actually provides for him. He's requiring a lot of attention.
Yeah.
And we've had bits and pieces of that in the past, but we had nobody else could back people up.
He's a stud, man.
Yeah, he's crafty too. Yeah, he does all them little spin moves, and he moves over, and he comes in from a different angle. And
spin move.
And he's a Dan Campbell guy. You know what I mean by Dan Campbell guy? He's that.
He's got grit, man.
Yeah.
He keeps adding to his repertoire. And he's only going to get better.
Right,
absolutely. Did you have anything, Cheech, for sports, or are you good, or?
Well, just something that just was kind of weird. The NBA had their, I don't know. Whatever they call it.
Oh, the guy that came with the hair and all that
Jimmy
stuff?
Butler came out there looking all emo. He had his hair down, and he had little rings in his eyebrows. Media day, that's what it was. And I'm watching this, and I'm thinking, I hope this is a joke. Which it was, but it's just like...
Yeah, I don't know what the story was behind that.
Yeah.
But if you know Jimmy's story, like he was homeless at one time, and like the grind he took, and he's always lost, been on, not very good teams, but always been the star. So almost got one. They didn't win last year, did they?
No,
that's right. They lost in the championship.
Denver.
He looked like Andre 3000 from Outkast.
Yeah,
kind of felt a little vibe with that.
I thought it was him for a second.
Yeah.
That was an interesting photo out there for sure.
That was.
I've seen that.
It caught my attention. I was like,
yeah.
Kind of Dennis Rodman-ish in a way, because remember Rodman used to come up to the podium with all kinds of. He was weird at all this stuff. Rodman was
he didn't get that way until after he left Detroit and he hooked up with Madonna. And it was right after that was when he started doing all the outrageousness when he went to the Spurs.
There was a lot of butt stuff going on there.
A lot of plugs going on for sure, man.
All right, well, with that being said, boys, we're going to move on into the picks. With that being said, I took over first place last week, baby, by a game. GMB's in second. Hollywood fell to 3. Damn you. So, boys, feel free. You're going to pick along. The game last night is default. We all lost. We all picked Washington. So, unfortunately, we're going to start off with a loss there. So, first game, Sunday. Jacksonville Jaguars at Buffalo Bills. London, 9:30 a.m. Cheech, we'll start with you and just go around.
I'm going with the Bills.
Da Bills.
Jacksonville, early on, they looked like they had something going on, but Buffalo seems like they're clicking right now.
Yeah, they looked good last week, man.
But they're across the pond, and that might make a difference. I don't think so.
Do you think Josh Allen's going to hit the brothel Brez?
The price is wrong, bitch.
What do you got, C Rebel?
I got Jacksonville. I mean, I got this. I do believe they got something they're putting together, and they've been over there 2 weeks now. You know what I mean? They played last week. You know what I mean? And they won. And they're this week. They've been over there 2 weeks. They're comfortable with it. Where with Buffalo, it's a whole move over there. They got to get comfortable and everything. Where Jacksonville, they've been playing there for 2 weeks. They got the element down. They know where all the hot brothels are.
You see what I'm talking about? There it is now.
So for that reason, I'm taking Jacksonville Jaguar.
Hot take there, C Rebel. Damn you.
No mystery here, Philly. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills.
Bills. I'm with you. I got Buffalo all day.
Cheech, Philly.
All right.
Odd man out. Who did Hollywood take?
Let me see if I can pull it up.
I'm curious.
Yeah, we got to let the fans know what Hollywood.
Yeah, because Hollywood he had to send his pick in. His picks, we should say.
Damn you, Hollywood. Wish you were here.
Damn you, Hollywood. Damn you.
We love Cheech too, but
don't ever disrespect me looking like the Panamanian Inspector Gadget, you heard?
Hollywood Bills. He's got the Bills.
All right, so there we go.
Next up, Houston Texans. Kind of on the upswing. Going to Atlanta, who started off hot, but they're trending backwards now. Cheech, who you got?
I'm going to take Houston on this one.
Rebel.
I think they got a little momentum going, and yeah.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
My turn.
What?
Yeah,
Ohio State quarterbacks just fucking scare the shit out of me. They just do.
Well,
yeah, but
if you go off history, you're not wrong.
They just scared the crap out of me. But you know what? It looks a little different. I like CJ Stroud. I think he looks good. I think he's got that team under control. He's got some pieces there, and I agree. I'd have to agree with Cheech. I'm going with Houston.
Knock on wood if you're with me.
I take Houston, Philly.
Care to elaborate?
I like their helmets. No, man, this was a coin toss. Yeah, that's Houston.
The Texas Longhorns and the New England Patriots had a beautiful baby Texan.
Oh, man. For some reason, I think Atlanta gets it right here. I'm going ATL. Going against the grain.
Wow.
All right, Carolina. Coming to the Motor City to play our beloved Detroit Lions. Cheech.
Lions.
Oh,
they're feeling it. I'm not going to say that they're going to roll over Carolina, but...
Do you think they'll cover?
What's the spread?
10.
I tell you what.
That's the spread. That's the first time Lions have been spread that big in a while.
Not sure about if they're going to cover.
When's the last time you've seen Lions by 10?
Yeah, I know, a while.
I think Williams is going to have a big game. He's going to be pretty hyped.
Hollywood had Houston with the last pick, and he's also got Detroit.
I'm taking Detroit.
I like the Lions too, man. Whether they cover or not, I don't know, but I like the Lions at least by a touchdown.
Did we even have to add? We were all going to say Detroit, I guarantee that.
Without a shadow of a doubt. So, this is another iffy one, because Tennessee is the most Jekyll and Hyde team I think I've ever seen in the NFL, every year. So, Tennessee Titans going to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Jonathan Taylor is eligible to play. Don't know if he's going to play. That could add some firepower to the Colts offense. Cheech, who do you like?
I'm going to go with Tennessee on this one.
Tennessee, Tannehill, Henry, and the gang.
That's a terrible idea.
GMB also refers to them as the Houston Oilers.
That's right, Vrabel.
What was their coach's name back in the day? It escapes me. Used to wear the cowboy hat in the sidelines.
Tex Schramm.
Tex Schramm.
Tex Schramm.
I used to love that guy.
They call me Tex Schramm. Who you got, Rebel?
I was thinking about taking Tennessee. And
Stop whining.
And I am going to take Indianapolis. Taylor's coming back this week. I think he's going to be energized. I think he's going to take some pressure off that offensive line, which will free up some other things. So I'm going to take Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah, sure.
To right the ship on this one.
Okay. B?
Tennessee.
Going Titans.
Yep. Me and Cheech are on the same page, man. We doing something right.
Yeah,
I heard the Indianapolis QB doesn't eat ass, so I'm going to go with Tennessee.
That's a terrible idea.
So what if he did? Doesn't mean he can't throw a pass?
That's it.
Maybe that could be the reason why he looks the way he looks.
With all his bromance, I think GMB might eat your ass.
I don't think so.
I got Tennessee too. All right, next game up. New York Football Giants going down to play Miami.
We're all going to have the same pick on this one.
Will we, though?
Dolphins. They had a little letdown. Well, not a letdown. They went into Buffalo and got manhandled. But Dolphins come back. The Giants, they just don't. They don't have anything consistent. They don't.
What's the word on Barkley? Last time I heard,
they said possibly.
Right. I don't think he's going to play. He's already been in the report I read today. He's still being limited in practice.
Yeah.
I don't see them risking it.
So if he does play, it's not going to make a difference.
So I took Miami as well.
B, you got Miami?
Miami all day.
Yeah, I think Miami bounces back. They put up 70, got 48 put on them. I think they're going to right the ship, so Miami all day. Hollywood also has Miami.
Okay.
New Orleans Saints travel to New England. This is a scary one because they just lost Gonzalez, their starting corner. Just lost Matthew Judon, stud defensive end linebacker. I just think New England is really reeling here, but you can never count Belichick out. And I just don't know if I trust the Saints. Cheech, leave it up to you.
I think I'm going to go with the Patriots on this one.
Yes.
What do you got there, Sea Rebel?
I think I'm going to go with New England as well. This was a hard one on me. This one's going to go either way. This is the kind of one that breaks people's betting game.
Yeah. I want to stay away from this one betting for sure.
I got New England.
But I'm going to take New England.
I'm going Pats too.
Thanks
Somehow, some way. Low scoring defensive game. Baltimore Ravens going to my beloved Pittsburgh Steelers.
Baltimore. Pittsburgh, I don't know what's going on with the Steelers, but they're just not getting it done.
I know. Quarterbacks killing them, man. I think Pickett got hurt last week too. He was out of the game.
He did.
Rebel?
I'm going to take Pittsburgh in this one at Three Rivers. I believe every team's going to have a hiccup, and I believe that if they're going to have a hiccup, Baltimore, that's going to be the hiccup. So I'm going to go with the Three River guys.
I'm with you, Rebel. I like it.
You're taking Pitt?
I'm taking Pitt in this game.
Taking Baltimore. I'm right there with Sam Cheech.
And let's see. Hollywood he had New England last game.
He's taking Baltimore or Pittsburgh in the next one?
That's what I'm looking for. He's got the Ravens.
All right.
Philadelphia Eagles stacked squad going to L.A. Cooper Kupp coming back for Stafford. Pika Nakua.
Yeah, but is he going to be a full Cooper Kupp with 100%?
He's going to be Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp is a great receiver. He complements Stafford so well, but is it going to be enough for them to beat that fucking powerhouse of a team?
I don't think so.
Stacked, man.
I'm going with the Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
I got him. I'm taking Eagles. Who are you taking, Chaz?
This is the problem with Matthew Stafford. I mean, look at a lot of his top elite receivers. He's always getting them hurt. He's always putting them in bad. Look what he did to Calvin Johnson. You know what I mean? Always put him in these bad situations. He caught a lot of balls, but it tore his body up. Cooper Kupp's another recipient of that, and I don't think he's going to be right ever, really, again.
But you see the stat? So Calvin Johnson, it's Cooper Kupp, most receiving yards. Calvin Johnson, Nakua is on pace to be the third all-time right now. So, that being said...
at the same time, they make the fact, but they're going to have a short career because I think Stafford puts these receivers in
You can't blame Stafford. I don't want to hear that shit. Come on. You're reaching there.
The numbers don't lie.
Stop whining.
Yeah, more wear and tear, it's naturally going to happen in the game of football.
Yeah,
you can't blame it on Stafford, though, for throwing him the football.
You're throwing it to Calvin Johnson, triple covered, he's getting guys blasting him in the head in the end zone as he's falling in the ground. Maybe you call it a reach. I think he puts his receivers in bad situations.
That's a reach. You sound like a big homer right there.
A homer? You don't play for my team. Why am I playing for a homer?
That's why you're hating, because you're mad that he's over there won a Super Bowl.
Matthew Stafford. I just do believe he puts his receivers in bad situations.
Okay.
And so...
let's agree to disagree.
I'm going with Philly. Philly
right now, too.
I love Swift and Philly right now.
Swift and Philly is...
but that O-line is crazy.
Yeah.
And I think they got way too many weapons in Philadelphia, and they're just not going to be able to handle them. I'm going with Philadelphia.
I'm sorry about that.
Hollywood has Philly as well. All right, this is must win for Cincinnati, going to Arizona.
This one's tough.
This is another one I'd stay away from betting money.
You lack discipline.
No Joe Burrow, right?
Your mommy's not here to wipe your touches.
He's hurt bad. Like, you can just see it. Last week, saw the highlights. He can't put weight on his calf.
No.
I feel like Arizona goes in there, or they upset him at home. I really do.
You
This
think
was a
Cincy
tough one,
upsets
man.
him at home?
No, I think Arizona upsets them.
Yeah.
Even though Cincinnati's, comes in with more allure and stuff, they're hurt right now. They're down bad. Chase wants out. Burrow's hurt. T. Higgins, I think, got beat up last week, too. He came out of the game.
Arizona.
I mean, Arizona's got some talent. They beat Dallas, so...
I took Cincy in this one. I don't know why. I just feel like they're still got enough talent to win, and I think if they don't steer the ship right now, this is it.
It's not a bad pick, though.
It's a coin toss, Philly. I mean, this is one I could have just went 50-50 on.
I know.
And I did struggle with that one.
Struggling.
Bullshit.
I ended up taking Cincinnati in my pick.
I want to kiss you.
I want to kiss you.
Hollywood's got Cincy as well.
All right.
New York Jets. Off that tough loss.
I don't get to pick this one.
What?
Going to Denver.
Wait, he didn't get his. Did you get your pick?
No, I didn't get my pick.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I think I'm going to go with Arizona, too. I think Cincinnati's got too many issues, too many problems. Jamar Chase wants to get traded, so that's creating a whole bunch of drama there, too, with it.
Yep.
So while they're busy trying to figure out the front office stuff, Arizona's trying to play football. So
Absolutely.
That's why I'm going with Arizona.
So he's taking. Who he's taking?
Who'd he take?
Arizona. Who'd you take? Cincinnati?
No, I took New York.
Check Buffalo. All right, moving on. New York Jets going to Denver, Mile High, to play the Broncos.
I'm going with the Jets.
Jets. See Rebel?
I'm going Denver. Jets are a shell of what they thought they were going to be.
Yeah, I think they lost a lot with Rodgers. It just
they didn't have a lot in the first place.
Like
it's all hype.
It would have been cool to have Rodgers. That would have been great football. But, man, with him out of this equation, I ended up taking Denver, man. I think Russell Wilson's going to go off.
Me too.
Not on that defense, man.
And, I mean, they got sauce, but, I mean, that defense is tough. But home game for Denver, I don't know, man. It's another one of those. I'm going to stick with that Denver pick. Who'd you end up taking, Cheech?
Jets.
You took the Jets.
I'm with Cheech on this one. Defense pulls through.
Here we go.
My daughter graduated with Tyler Conklin.
Oh, nice. Tight end.
Really? Big dude.
Big dude.
Yeah, man. All right, so I guess you take Denver. Took the Jets.
Oh, me? No, I took Washington in this one.
What is wrong with you? I know what we're looking at, man. It's the Jets in Denver.
He's just not listening to you,
I wasn't. I'm sorry. Who'd you take?
I took Denver in this one.
Okay, thanks.
I believe the Jets are a shell of themselves. I feel like it's deja vu, like I'm repeating everything I just said.
No, not tonight, Cletus.
Everybody heard me but you.
All right.
Kansas City Chefs going to Minnesota.
KC.
I love that you just called them the Chefs. That's awesome.
KC.
Yes.
I believe, for some reason, Minnesota might not make it out of Kansas City alive. That's how bad I think it's going to be, because everybody's talking shit about Mahomes, and he's going to go out and want to prove something, and Minnesota sucks. Happily so. Kirk Cousins has been the most overrated quarterback I've seen in my era.
Taylor Swift's going to be there.
What are we talking
You
about?
don't say.
Kansas City. All day.
KC? How about this? Hollywood, the upset of the week. He's going Minnesota.
Oh,
nice.
My goodness.
Hollywood apple snatch.
With that being said and whatnot and what have you, I generally disagree. I'm going Kansas City.
Cannot play with them.
All right. This should be a barn burner. Dallas Cowboys at the San Francisco 49ers, Sunday Night Football.
I'm going with San Fran.
I'm going Mr. Irrelevant's going to trounce on these fake-ass Cowboys. Because that's what Prescott does. He wins the games they think he's going to win, and he loses the games they think
Christian McCaffrey right now, man.
Stud. I believe he's the most complete back in the NFL right now.
Playing good.
How
Their
I don't
defense.
understand how that guy even did that, Brock Purdy. That's unbelievable. That's even if he goes out and does something, that could be an amazing story, like Brady's story.
Bosa, man, he's just.
I mean, Mr. Irrelevant comes in like that. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Frisco, gotta take him.
San Fran. Other than the Lions, I think that's I'd be okay with them winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they couldn't both win. I'd like to see that. That'd be a great NFC Championship game, wouldn't it?
It would.
San Fran and Detroit. Oh man.
Green Hollywood has San Francisco. Vegas. Monday night, Green Bay Packers at Las Vegas.
Trap game, man.
Scary game.
That is a scary game.
It's another one I don't want to touch.
I believe
the Green Bay played good. Who was the team that they beat before the Lions beat them?
They barely won the game.
They
made a comeback.
New Orleans, down 17.
Yeah.
So they're capable.
But they beat a team that Car 8. They lost their ass even.
Yeah. Vegas. I'm taking the Raiders.
I agree with Cheech. I'm going to take the Vegas Raiders. I believe Green Bay's got a mess of their own to clean up that they're not going to get straightened up this week.
Against my better judgment, I'm taking the Packers. I think they're going to go in there and squeak one out.
He thinks he has good judgment ever.
Thank you for that.
Hollywood took the Raiders too, but I'm with you, B. I think the Packers just get it done. The Raiders, everything you hear about Josh McDaniels is bad. There's rumblings of Devontae Adams wanting out now. I just think it's going to get ugly in Vegas, so I got Green Bay winning. Upset. How you doing? So that's it, boys. That does it for the picks. Good job. Thanks for joining. Save those, boys, and you can let us know how you do. We'll announce it next week on the show. Very good. I appreciate you both being here. Awesome job. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Definitely.
Any closing words, fellas?
Call me back whenever you need the next whipping boy again, I guess.
We love you.
We love you. So as always, remember, email us at 5'stheweekpodcast@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and here on YouTube. Love y'all. Be good.
Peace.
I said goodbye, vamos, adios, ciao, so long, get your hat jack.
Time to turn down the sheets.
And I will spank my butthole a little bit.
That's all, folks.
Bon voyage, motherfucker. Get out of here. Get out.